All right, team. Good morning. Good morning. How's everybody doing today? Today is Thursday, October 3rd. And yeah, we got 2 days left of the week. Today we're pushing for $1,000 in profit in this account. Yesterday I had a huge gain, my largest day trade ever. And I made $757 in gross profit on one trade. All right, team. Good morning. Good morning. How's everybody doing today? Sorry, let me mute this. It is Thursday, October 3rd. But yeah, I made $757 in gross profit on one day trade, and then I made $518 in net profit, or in gross profit, for the day itself. And you can see right now my account. I checked it this morning on my other laptop. If I log into Tefs here, and I look at my account is right at $818 in profit. So I've got less than $200 to go until I break the $1,000 profit mark. Just to show everybody, you can see it right here. I got less than $1,000 or less than $200 to go before I break that level. We will see what we get, guys. We will see what we get. I'm not going to go too crazy here. I'm going to try to slow and steady it up, but we're going to try to push for that $1,000 in profit in this account today. That's what we're going. That's what we're going to see. Wish me luck. We're going to be taking that swing. I'm not going to guarantee any share size today like I did yesterday. I realize I don't want to put that pressure on me, but I'm definitely, considering how much room I now have in this account, I'm definitely going to be taking some swings today. So we'll see what we get. Let's take a look at some of these gappers here. Really, we got a lot of gap downs today. A lot of gap downs specifically. Let me pull some stuff up here. All right, so yeah, let me make sure you guys can see this really quick. Hey, Maddie, turn that light off. Turn that light off. Yeah, there you go. That's better. All right. Well, you're just drawing, so you can go draw over on the ottoman. All right, but yeah, so in gappers today, like I said, we got a lot of gap downs specifically, not a lot of gap ups that look solid. PEP, PepsiCo is one of them, gapping up from 133.90s to 136.80s. We've got SMMT, we got Meat. Meat is a former runner, but again, low volume, not really looking that great. TTM's gapping up with no volume. TRNX, we got ERPT, or EPRT. Gapping up with low volume as well. We got CLF. I'll watch CLF. CLF looks interesting. Small range, but it is gapping up, so this will be one of my main watches. And so I'm gonna kind of build my watch list right now as we go through some of these. So CLF is one. Then we've got NBEV. Looks okay. I mean, to be honest, not great. CRWD. Looks alright. I guess I'll include CRWD on my list here. We got Faye. I might include Faye on my list just because it had a big day yesterday. I'm going to have to look at the long-term chart here and see, definitely look at what the catalyst is for this one. But because this one gapped up so much yesterday, or ran so much yesterday with some volume, it definitely has a real catalyst behind it, or some type of catalyst at least. So I'll watch FEYE as well here. Fun. IBN. And I mean, really, that's it for the gap downs, or for the gap ups here. Aside from that, I mean, it's not really looking that great with these gap ups. Nothing really looks good. Here, we'll then go get her. But yeah, nothing really looks good here. But now we can move on to the gap downs, which look much more interesting today. Specifically, GoPro here, GRPO. GoPro gapping down a big amount. So we're going to watch GoPro here for sure as well here. GoPro looking solid. Big gap down. We've got also BBBY. BBBY gapping down a big amount here. And regardless of which way it's going, it's volatile. BBBY. We've got Tesla. We've got AMD. And so those are what I'm really watching today. So a lot of these gap downs. You can see GoPro here. You can see BBBY. Very volatile. You can see Tesla. Big gap down. AMD. I'm going to watch AMD and MU like I always do. We can look at some of these other stocks, but those are what I'm really watching right now. If you see anything else that I missed specifically, let me know. But yeah, that's what I see right now, guys. And I'll go ahead and post that here. There's the list. Be careful, economic data due out at 6:45 and 7. What time zone? What's up, Steven? What time zone, though, for the economic data? Yeah, what time zone? Sorry, I'm going to light my candles, drink my coffee real quick, try to wake up. But yeah, guys, I had a huge trade. I'll show you guys the trade I made yesterday. It was on... Man, what was the trade on? It was on... Let me look. I'm running a blank, trying to remember what the trade was on here. Let me see. It was on LEN, which is Lennar. And this is basically the move I caught. So I was trading this range right here, and honestly, I think I let it squeeze up a little bit too much. I'll upload the video this weekend, so you'll see what I did. But I think I let it squeeze up a little bit too much past my risk, and I probably should have exited it. But I just took big size, and I was worried that it was going to be a huge loss. So I don't know if I really managed it right, but I held it through this move, and I think I changed my risk level after I was in the trade. This was my original risk level here, or maybe right here, and I changed my risk level and made it here. And so that was my risk level, and I was able to catch this short, and I think I actually added some more to it right around this right here. And so then I was able, it was a short trade, it was a short, and I caught this big downward move here, and I think I got out before it even hit 56, and so I didn't even catch this part right here. I just caught this, let me draw it out, I just caught this move right here. But, you know, like I said, my largest gain ever on my live account, on a real account, my largest win ever, $757 on one trade in gross profits, over $500 on the day yesterday. And so a great day, my largest win ever. And yeah, we'll see what we get today. I'm going to push for $1,000 in profit. As I showed earlier here, my account is currently at $818 in profit. So less than $200 away from that $1,000 mark. Specifically, what is this? $182. $182 left. If we could break $182 in net profit today, we will break the $1,000 mark in profit. And so let's do it, team. We got this. What's up, Steven? What's up, Cyrus? What's up, Illard? Jeremiah? What's up, brother? What's up, Illard? Long time no see, bro. Hope you're doing well, man. I shaved this morning, guys, so I'm back looking like my younger self again today. I shaved, but yeah, let's do this. Appreciate it, man. Appreciate it, Jeremiah. What's up, Pensador? Thanks, bro. Appreciate it, Gabriel. Thanks, man. Yeah, guys, let's do this. We got this. I got to be careful, though. Like I said, I made a post on Twitter about it yesterday, and I think, you know, I think it was a fine trade. It was an okay trade. I scalped a lot. I scalped it, and then I took a bigger swing. But I think I took too much risk, honestly. If I'm being real with myself, of course, I'd like to celebrate and say, hey, this you know, my win was great. And you know, I think that's what I definitely wanted to hear yesterday. I was definitely happy with my trade yesterday. But looking back on it, I think that I probably took a little bit of unnecessary risk with that trade. And I think part of it is I've been kind of stagnant around that $400 to $500 profit level in this account. And I've been day trading live every day, and I've been kind of stagnant there. And so I took my swing, I think, and finally pulled past that. And we'll see if we can break that $1,000 mark. That's what we're really shooting for. Not yet, Steven. We'll go over some news. We'll go over some news a little bit closer to 9 o'clock market time. But yeah, interesting day. A lot of gap downs, like I said. The SPY itself is just now rebounding here, but specifically GoPro, big gap down. We got a few other gap downs, but GoPro and Bed Bath & Beyond here look interesting. We also have Tesla, which I actually have pretty solid results trading Tesla and Netflix. Stars here. Or no, this is something else. Gapping down, but less volume with this one. Like I said, we got, in gap ups, we got a few small ones here, but nothing really significant. Honestly, there's not that much volume lately in the market, especially with gap ups. There's just not that much volume lately, guys. I don't know what's going on with the market. It's just been pretty dead, but that's what we got today. I know I traded ARWR some yesterday as well. GameStop rebounded some here. PCG, AUPH. But yeah, like I said, let me know if you guys see anything specific you want me to look at. Hey, appreciate it, William. Appreciate it, man. Missed the start of the stream. What's up, Rich? Economic data is already out. Okay. Gotcha. All right, team. All right, guys. So yeah, what do you guys think? So I think I definitely took some unnecessary risks, and like I said, I have the video. I do have the video of the trade. It's right here. I record everything, so because the big thing is like I don't want anybody saying I'm faking these gains or that I'm making these gains up, and so I always make sure to like record everything here. And like here. Like, that's the video right there. But like I said, I'm going to wait and upload it this weekend. It'll give me something to kind of upload this weekend. What's up, cousin? What's up, man? So yeah, like I said, GoPro specifically, Bed Bath & Beyond. Watching for some gap downs today. Watching for some gap downs today. GoPro, Bed Bath & Beyond here. BBBY, GPRO. And yeah, CLF. I'll watch CLF. That's probably one of my favorite gap ups today is CLF. But that's really it. I mean, I'm not seeing too much else that really looks good here. I can kind of check some other trade idea stuff. Let me look and see what we get. We'll see what else we can find here. I'm going to look to see what other kind of pre-market stuff we can find here. Go check out Trade Ideas as well. The link's in the chat. You can use promo code BT15 at checkout and get 15% off Trade Ideas products. And honestly, they're the best scanners in the game. There's a reason all the big-time traders use Trade Ideas. And if you look at what everybody else is, what all the big time traders use, almost all of them are using Trade Ideas, and there's a reason behind that. Is because, to be honest, Trade Ideas is the best. Of course, I'm biased, but in my opinion, Trade Ideas easily beats everybody else. Hey, turn that down. Yeah, so we'll see if we can find any. We'll see if we can find any other pre-market stuff here. Like, I can pull up some top lists. Like here's gaps that are greater than 4% gap ups. And so I can include this somewhere. Let me see how well this is though. Like let me take a look at this. See, this has got to be from yesterday because, yeah, this is from yesterday. This isn't from today. Sorry, my son was yelling at me. But yeah, so this is from yesterday. Let me look it up. I'm trying to find some good gap ups. I'm looking at this one here, but this looks like it's from yesterday. So give me a second, guys. We'll see if we can find. We'll see if we can find some other movers here. Mostly, I'm seeing gap downs though. Specifically, TSG. What did TSG end up doing? Yeah, I mean, honestly, that's kind of what I'm thinking about doing, Ben. Is that's why I didn't want to put a guaranteed share size. Like yesterday, Mitch took over 1,500, and so one of us takes 1,500 yesterday. Like Mitch took 1,000 in and 1,000 out, so 2,000 shares. But so like we're telling the truth in the thumbnails. But again, I don't want to put that pressure on me. So that's why I didn't put the 1,500 in the thumbnail today because I don't want to put that pressure because again, you know, I have less than $200 to gain to break the $1,000 level, and I'm just not trying to put too much pressure on that. Because one thing in trading, guys, and this is one of the reasons why you should only trade with money that you're okay with losing. Because the more pressure that's on you, the worse you're typically going to trade. The more emotional you're going to trade in general. And so it's always best to not put too much pressure on yourself as a trader. And so that's kind of what I'm trying to do today is I had a really good day yesterday, maybe took some unnecessary risks. And with that, I'm not trying to put too much pressure on myself as a trader. So we'll see what we get. What's up? What's up, Velocity Trading? What's up, man? NNVC. Hold on, give me 1 second, guys. My kids are about to go to school, and then once they leave, I'll check this out. Let me see. Yeah, this one looks okay. This one's a solid gap up. I mean, this one, it looks all right. It's probably not tradable for me specifically, but it looks good. Gap up from $2 to 237, so it's gapping up exactly 37 cents. Solid percentage gap up. But again, you know, what is this? About a 16, 17% gap up. So it's not bad. But, you know. All right, guys, I'm going to go give my kids a hug goodbye really quick, and I'll be right back. So I'm going to go tell my kids goodbye while they go to school, and then I'll be back in just a second. All right, team, I'm back. Sorry about that. My son forgot to close his water bottle, and so he put it in his backpack, and his entire backpack is just soaking wet. All of his textbooks, all of his books in general, all of his homework, they're all soaking wet because my son forgot to close his water bottle while he was leaving for school yesterday. So everything in my son's backpack is completely soaked. So family emergency this morning, guys. Family emergency. Um, yeah. What's up, guys? Ooh, I lost 20% in 4 days on the test. Capital was testing a strategy based on reversals because of the choppy market conditions. SL got hit. Yeah, man, it's been tough. I did a questionnaire for the World Series of Day Trading, and in the questionnaire, as you know, I led my own team, and they're actually going to be having another one coming up as well. But I led my own team, and one of the questions was, how did you feel about the market conditions for the World Series of Day Trading? And I was honest, and I said, look, the market conditions sucked. I was really looking forward to it because it's like I trade VWAP day trading strategies, right? Like VWAP strategies. And when you trade VWAP, like if you're a VWAP trader specifically, trend is everything. Having a stock pick a direction is everything. Like, yeah, you could trade the choppy range of it, which I do sometimes. But for VWAP strategies like the VWAP fade and the VWAP bounce, range and trend are important, right? The stock needs to pick a trend specifically. It needs to maintain in either a direction above or below the VWAP, and it needs to stay in that direction instead of crossing over and under the VWAP just over and over and over again. If the market itself is too choppy, like if you see a stock crossing over and under the VWAP and over and under, then it's not maintaining any type of solid trend. And instead, it's just choppy and neutral and much harder to trade, and VWAP strategies are just not going to work as well. And that's the market we got for the World Series of Day Trading, and honestly, we're still in it. Yesterday, though, like I'm not going to say that that's how the market has really been, because if you look at the SPY, at the very least, the market has been picking a direction, although down. But the market has been picking a direction the last few days, and I have been doing better the last few days as well. So, yeah, so that's what we got today. That's the big thing with VWAP strategies. Like, we want to see the market like this, where it actually picks a direction. And even though I had a few losing trades yesterday, as long as the market picks a direction like this, it's fine. It's when the market does this. Let's find it. The World Series of Day Trading dates was what? Yeah. This is what we got most of the time during the World Series of Day Trading. Like, this was the open, and it was just over and under the VWAP and super choppy. And not only the overall market itself, but a lot of other stocks were just acting like that, where they were just super choppy and cross over and under the VWAP and just boring. That's never great for me as a trader. I always want to see more volume than that. And unfortunately, that's what we got for the World Series of Day Trading. It was just super tough, and we're still kind of in it. Let me catch back up. What's up, Adam? Good morning, man. Good morning. Do you have any thoughts on NAKD? Yeah, isn't this the, man, I can't remember what this is, but I've traded it before. A little bit too cheap for me. Not necessarily my style here. Yesterday, to be honest, it's kind of like I said. For me and my style of trading, right, like, I don't want to see this. This is just crossing over and under the VWAP. Over and under the VWAP, boring, dull, choppy, neutral trend, not picking a trend, not staying in one direction, just kind of sideways, boring, consolidating, whatever you want to call it. But these are much harder for me to trade in general, right? Like, I like seeing stocks that pull, like MU and AMD were bad yesterday too. But specifically, I like seeing stocks that follow trends, right? Like AMD on this day, maintain that downward trend, or, you know, there's a lot of good examples, but I want to see a stock pick a direction. That's how I trade. Like this. This is a good example too. AMD, it popped over the VWAP a few times, but mostly it maintained this downward trend. That's really what I'm looking for. That's really what I want to see in the market. And if it doesn't specifically pick a trend, it's going to be much harder to trade. You're going to get faked out a ton. VWAP fades are going to fail. They're going to get squeezed up. And so having a stock have the good enough, really it boils down to volume a lot as well. It's about the stock having enough volume for it to maintain a trend. And either trend is fine, upward or downward, but it needs to pick a trend. Yeah. Right. What's up, Ymir? What's up, brother? But yeah, that's exactly what it was. Like, gas and oil were kind of volatile, but everything else was just boring. We got Stitch Fix today, still on the gap down list. it maintained an upward trend. Even if even if you see a stock do this, right, where it maintains like a trend and it's still kind of sideways, but at least it's maintaining that trend above, that's fine as well. But we gotta see stocks at least picking directions. And if they don't pick directions, then they're just going to chop people out. They're going to stop people out. They're going to squeeze people up. People are just going to lose. It's another reason why sometimes it's best just to not trade. Sometimes it's best just to kind of sit back and observe the market, because sometimes the market conditions itself are just not super favorable for your style of trading. And me during the competition was a prime example of it. I had a few good days, but like I said, I know they got a World Series of Day Trading 2 that's coming up, and I'll be leading my team again. And with that, with that, hopefully we get some better market conditions. But with that said, I think I posted my watch list earlier. I'll post it again here. Now, this is what I'm looking at so far. Like I said, you got anything specific you want me to look at, let me know. What's up, Haley? Here's a link. But yeah, let's go ahead and start looking up some news here today. First one, SMMT. I'm going to skip that one. Let me look up, maybe sometimes Thinkorswim can help me out and tell me some stocks that I'm missing here. Just boring. Yeah, I don't know what's going on, guys. Alright, here's one. I'm going to look at GoPro. We're going to start with the gap downs, because the gap downs are much more juicy today than the gap ups specifically. So GoPro here is the first one I'm going to look up, and GoPro is down after the company cut their 2019 EP, or their H2 2019 EPS and sales guidance. They also issued the fiscal year 2019 EPS and sales guidance that was below the analyst estimates, and they also issued quarter 3 EPS guidance below the analyst estimates as well. So some pretty bad news overall with these third quarter results for GoPro here, gapping down from 513 to 420s here. Looks weak. We'll see what we get with GoPro as well. Like I said, next one we can look up is Bed Bath & Beyond, BBBY. I'm going to look up the gap downs first, because again, I think the gap downs look much more interesting today. This one is down after the company reported worse than expected second quarter results for sales results for Bed Bath & Beyond. And so we'll see what we get for that one as well. We also have Tesla, that's down, Tesla, TSLA, which is down some after the electric car maker came up short on expectations for vehicle deliveries in the third quarter for Tesla. And this is all from BZ Newswires. This is all sourced from BT Newswires, or BZ Newswires. We also have CIO with a gap down, which is City Office. And this one is down after they priced a $6 million public offering of common stock for gross proceeds of $83.1 million. We also have... What else did we have this morning? We have CLF, which looks okay. CLF here. I'll see if I can find the catalyst for that one. But I do like CLF. It doesn't look bad. It's one of the better looking ones this morning. So CLF is up, and because they put out a release that said that they're going to replace Mercury Systems in the S&P Small Cap 600 effective prior to the open of trading on October 8th. So on October 8th, they are going to be replacing Mercury Systems in the S&P Small Cap 600 before the open on October 8th for CLF. And I'll be watching this one. This one looks interesting. It's tradable. I'll keep an eye on this one for sure. What else we got here? Let me see what else we could find. Like I said, let me know if you guys see anything specific you want me to look at. TRPX, boring. ACOR, boring. TWMC. TTM, ADRO. Yeah, just so boring today, guys. PCG. OGI. Yeah, even on, usually they have a list of all the, they put out a release every morning that's for 21 stocks moving in Thursday's pre-market for basically the top stocks. And the gap ups are just super dull. We got PepsiCo here. Upbeat quarterly earnings, so positive quarterly earnings for PepsiCo here. And it's gapping up some. I might watch this one. It just depends on the range and the spread here. But yeah, that's all we really got right now, guys. That's all we really got. We can look at the market itself here, and we can look at the overall SPY itself here, and it's down to 280s. And this is from MT Newswires, and it says, quote, U.S. stock futures pointed north Thursday, rebounding from the previous session's sell-off that was launched. This can't be right. By lackluster jobs and manufacturing sector data. Yeah, it's actually, I guess, let me see. Where's the closing price? 288.06. Yeah, we're down. We're down about 50 cents or so. Roughly 51 cents right now, exactly. And so, yeah, Dow futures are up 0.2%. S&P futures are up 0.2%. NASDAQ futures are up 0.3%. This is a little bit late because since then it's actually dropped. This must have been up here when this release came out. Let me see. It came out at 7:12, so it came out right here. So technically we're up at, we were better on break even. Oil prices inched higher with global benchmark Brent crude up 0.2%. And U.S. West Texas Intermediate up 0.2% after data Wednesday from the Energy Information Administration showed an increase in U.S. crude inventories. End quote. And again, this is from MT Newswires. So we'll see what we get today, guys. Not loving the market right now. Let me see if I can find any more recent stuff. So let me see what else we got today. What's up, team? Shorting penny stocks. Here's a good question, and I actually like this from Luke. Shorting penny stocks versus trading mid to large caps. What's more profitable? That's a very subjective answer. My answer is going to be very subjective. Of course, everybody's different. Some people are going to have better results shorting penny stocks. I do think shorting penny stocks is the way to go over longing penny stocks. I think that a lot of times new traders kind of get stuck. And I mentioned it in a video I put out last week and actually about getting stuck in kind of that limbo where new traders feel like they have to trade penny stocks because that's what was advertised and the people that showed them that are driving Lamborghinis and doing all this cool stuff. And so now they feel like they need to trade penny stocks too. But the reality is, for me at least, is that I had much better results day trading mid and high cap stocks than I did penny stocks. I think if you're going to trade penny stocks, I do like the fact that you mentioned shorting them. I think most of the time you have to look at these from a realistic perspective, which is that these are typically terrible companies and shorting them, in my opinion, is the right move for a large majority of people. But again, I think it's very subjective in that some people are going to perform better with mid and high caps and some people are going to perform better with penny stocks as well. And it just depends on their personality, what they kind of gravitate towards and stuff like that. DWT, what is that? Oil? Maybe natural gas? What is it? I can't remember. DWT is... which one is this? DWT. It's Citigroup Global Markets Holdings. Velocity shares 3 times inverse. So this means that oil or natural gas is down because this is an inverse ETF. So UWT is probably the right one. And yeah, it's down. Let me see. What is this, oil or gas? I know it's oil or gas. PG and X, Adam. But yeah, gas and oil getting hammered here. Like I said, we'll look up some catalysts behind this. Let's see. Sorry, I'm getting Mitch in here. Yo, what's up, bro? Why does it do that, man? It always forces the front screen. What's up, man? All right, team, we got Mitch here. I'm trying to find some recent news, like some recent catalyst news for the market. The last one I looked up is like an hour old. Um, when DWT goes up, the UWT goes down, you mean, and vice versa. Yeah, so that's what I was saying. DWT, that's why I said, if you look at DWT, it's an inverse ETF, right? And as soon as I saw this one moving up, that's what I said. I said, I bet you UWT is down. And then you look at UWT and it's down. So this is the correct one. And if this is oil, it means oil is down, right? So this is basically showing us that oil is down. Let me make sure. Yeah. So this is the long ETN. So yeah, this is the correct one. The other one's the opposite. But yeah, it basically means oil is down today. Do I ever miss my penny stock days? Sometimes. I'm going to be trading penny stocks this winter. So I am going to be opening up a penny stock account and be trading penny stocks as well this winter when the market starts to look a little bit more favorable. I'm kind of glad I'm not trading them now. But I will be trading penny stocks as well. And I'm probably going to, I don't know if I'm going to go with U stock trade or where I'm going to decide to go to. But I will be trading some penny stocks as well. And I do miss them sometimes. But again, you know, trading is one of those things where you cannot be blinded by the advertising that's pushed your way, or you can't be blinded by the Lamborghinis, and you can't be blinded by all the nonsense that people throw at you in trading. And it's one of those things where you just have to be very honest and objective and just do what works, right? Like I just stick with what works for me as a trader. I stick with what makes me money as a trader, and mid and high cap stocks make me money. And so yeah, I miss penny stocks sometimes, but in the end, I didn't make that much money with penny stocks. And so I just got to stick with what works in the market and try to ignore everything that doesn't, you know? Yeah, I mean, I'm still gonna trade my mid and high cap stocks, but I'm gonna dabble in penny stocks a little bit this winter. Of course, man. It's been a while. Like I said, I was thinking of U stock trade. I don't know. We'll see. I'm not gonna put a ton of money in an account. I might put $500 in an account. But again, I mean, I'm still gonna trade on TradeNet and do all that stuff. But I'm gonna be trading some penny stocks too, just because. I think there's a few specific patterns with penny stocks that can be very profitable. And the patterns don't necessarily work super well with mid and high caps. And I think those patterns are the washout long and the red to green move. I think those two patterns can be very profitable with penny stocks, specifically if you're just scalping with those. Like if you scalp 10 or 15 cents from those, then they can be very profitable and, you know, very viable strategies. But again, I think you have to have the discipline to get out very quickly with those. I think a lot of times people end up holding them too long and they reverse on them. And so if you can just kind of get in and out with washout longs or red to green moves, I think if you look at penny stocks and how they move, I think those can be super profitable. The other ones are parabolic movers. You know, if you could jump in a parabolic mover and catch it at the right dip, I think they could be profitable as well with like VWAP bounces and stuff like that. Kind of what I talked about this weekend. When you say penny stocks, you mean less than dollar stocks. I typically mean $5 or less with low floats is what I generally mean with penny stocks. Like $5 or less with low floats. I'm not talking about OTC stocks. I have no idea how to trade OTC stocks. Never really traded them. And so, yeah, I'm not talking about OTC stocks. I'm talking about $5 or less with low floats on, you know, parabolic moves generally. And that's why I'm saying I'll probably do that this winter, because winter time is generally when you see the market heat up in those areas. I mean, I think everybody's a little bit different with how they classify a penny stock. Like I said, I classify a penny stock really as anything under $10. Really $5, I guess. But some people classify them as being listed on the OTC market. Some people classify them as being actual pennies, not over $1. And so, you know, it's all subjective. I always had the mindset of outwork the work. There's no such thing as easy money in the industry. 100%, man. Yeah, easy money doesn't come with day trading. I mean, people might claim there's easy money, but in the end, if you want to be long-term profitable, it's going to take years to do it successfully, you know. What else we got, guys? What else is everybody watching, team? Like I said, we got a few, and I'm looking at. OBLN doesn't look bad. OBLN recently popped up. Look at OBLN here. So yeah, check out OBLN. I guess I can look the catalyst up for this one. See what? See why this one's moving for OBLN. All right, so OBLN announced repayment of all long-term debt and regaining of compliance with NASDAQ listing requirements. That's what happened with OBLN, and that is end quote, and that is from Dow Jones Newswires. But yeah, OBLN basically announced repayment of all their long-term debt and regaining compliance with NASDAQ listing requirements. You're talking about the float, Jim? Generally, if I'm talking about penny stocks, I mean, most of the time I'm talking about 50 million or less. But again, it depends on the price, you know, like, that's going to dictate whether it's actually a low float stock or not. Like, for instance, take it this way. Tiny asked me a question in our Discord yesterday, and she said, is 5.5 billion a large float? And at first, when I said, yeah, that's pretty big when I thought about it. But then I looked at the price of the stock, and the price of the stock was like 0.006 cents. And so it's like, no, that's a small float because the price of the stock is less than a penny. And so, yeah, of course the float's going to be in the billions because price of the stock is less than a penny. And so it's all subjective to that specific stock, you know. Yeah, that might be true. APTO, TRPX. But yeah, OBLN, if you like penny stocks, OBLN looks good. Yo, Mitch, you there, bro? You talking to yourself, man? I don't hear you, man. What's up? What's up, bro? You there, man? I don't know where Mitch went. Testing, 1, 2, 3. Yeah, la, la, la. Mitch, yo, yo. I don't know why. There it is. Yeah, it's working. Okay. I don't know where Mitch is at. Roland Wolf turned 5,000 into 500,000 in his first year. I mean, I'm not hating on Roland. I don't know Roland. I'm not gonna talk bad about Roland. I just don't know him. You know, I don't know him. I know that that's a very common claim. And I think that in the end, unless he day traded live on stream, unless he shows his statement or he lets you follow his account balance day to day, then I'm skeptical. I'm skeptical. And I think that people, listen, I don't know whether he did it or not. I'm not trying to hate on anybody. And so I know I'll probably get some, he definitely did it. People think, you know, whatever. But again, I'm naturally skeptical of those type of claims. And people are going to say, oh, no, this time he really did it. I'm sure that's what everybody's going to say. But in the end, I'm naturally skeptical of those type of claims. And not to hate on the dude. I don't know him, you know. But again, I think I'm naturally skeptical of those type of claims, and I think everybody else should be as well. You know, just saying you did it or having, you know, Tim Sykes say you did it, you know, doesn't mean anything. You know, they're trying to sell you stuff. And so, you know, like I said, I'm just naturally skeptical. AZN popping up on the scanners here. This would not look bad, AZN. I might add this one to my watch list. And listen, if what I just said made you upset, that I'm skeptical, then you need to seriously question why it made you upset. Because again, if I'm not saying it did make you upset, I'm just saying if what I just said did make you upset, genuinely try to be introspective and think about why. Because like I said, I don't have anything against the dude. I don't know the dude. He might have done it. He might not have though. And I have no idea, you know. And so again, I just don't know the dude, man. I can't vouch for him or not. I just don't know. But again, I'm naturally skeptical, and everybody else should be as well. You know, unless they day trade live like we do, unless they show you their account balance while they're day trading live, you know, or unless they show you their statement or have any type of verifiable proof, you know, everybody should be naturally skeptical. And I don't know if they did or not. I don't know if they showed proof. They might have. I don't know. But again, I'm naturally skeptical of those type of claims, and especially if they're trying to sell me a course, and I think everybody else should be too. No, I mean, listen. My skepticism is mostly due to the fact that, I mean, you tell me anybody turns 5,000 into 500,000 in less than a year. I just got to be honest with you, man. It sounds like BS. It just sounds like nonsense. Now, you could say, oh, well, he took this great course, and that's fine, man. But again, I think that a lot of the time what happens is that people get wrapped up and they buy these courses, right? They spend $5,000 on a course, and it hurts too much to question them, right? You've spent so much money on it already. You don't want to look within yourself and be like, hey, maybe I got ripped off a little bit. You know, nobody wants to do that. And so what do they do instead? Anytime anybody that criticizes them, they just kind of point the finger at them. You know what I mean? And I think that it's kind of like, the best way I can describe it is like, if you've ever tried to talk somebody out of a pyramid scheme, they will defend that pyramid scheme till death. They'll defend their honor no matter what, and they'll get noticeably upset with you if you try to talk them out of being in a pyramid scheme, right? And the reason they do that is because it hurts too much for them to look within themselves and be like, you know what? Maybe I've been getting BS'd here. You know, maybe I've been getting BS. It hurts too much, man. It hurts too much. They spent so much money. They don't want to be. They've spent so much time with this person, and so it hurts too much. And that's what those people rely on too. Is they rely on that incredible loyalty. I don't even know if that's a word, but that's what they rely on. And so all I'm trying to say is you should be skeptical of everybody. You know, that's the truth in trading. There's too many charlatans in the trading world to not be skeptical. And again, maybe he did it, but maybe he didn't. And if you think for 100% that he did do it without questioning it, then you might want to consider where that's coming from. What's up, Mitch? Where you at, bro? All right, team. Because yeah, like watch. Like you guys want to know whether I'm actually making these gains or not. Like watch this. Hold on. Let me make sure my mic is on. I'm pretty sure it is. Yeah, my mic's on. Hold on. What? Hold on, let me connect it. Yeah, Mitch, I couldn't hear you, man. And I looked in my volume. I think it's with your headphones, brother. I mean, I just turned my headphones off and back on, and I gotta let these connect, but yeah. There we go. But yeah, Mitch, I'm pretty sure, like, when I look at it, I can see the volume bar on my screen going up and down, so I think it has something to do with your headphones, man. So if you can't hear me, it's on your end, brother. Let me, yeah, everything's good on my end. There you go. What's up, Mitch? Now I can hear you. Oh. I don't know, man. It just popped up. All right, team. Yeah, but like I said, guys, like here's the thing, right? There's some people that are real in trading. There's going to be some people that are real, but there's also going to be people that are nonsense, right? And generally the people that claim to make $1 billion in less than a year, you know, generally those people are the nonsense, and you have to be real about it. You know what I mean? If they don't live stream every day, if they don't show you their gains, if they don't let you follow their stuff, then they're nonsense, man. And you got to be real. And that's why Mitch and I are very clear about how we are not experts. We're not gurus. We're not selling you a course here. You know, so I could be as real as I want about it. And it is what it is. And some people, it's going to hurt some people's feelings because we're honest. But in the end, that's what traders need to hear, man. You know? Right. Yeah. Well, it's listen, if somebody told me, hey, they made, You know, if somebody told me, hey, they turned $5,000 into $30,000, that's believable. You know, if somebody tells me they turned $1,000 into 3,000, 4,000, 5,000, that's believable. Even $1,000 into 20,000 is believable. You know, I guess. But telling me that you turned $5,000 into $500,000 in less than a year, it sounds like nonsense, man. And that's, you know, it is what it is. Maybe it's the truth. I don't know the dude. I can't vouch. I'm just saying, as traders, you should naturally be skeptical of these type of claims, because especially if they're selling you a course. Yeah. I mean, I'm just gonna leave it alone. Like I said, I'm very listen. I don't know. I don't know, guys. I don't know whether this dude really did it or not. I'm not trying to hate on this dude. I really don't know this guy, and I think I'm sure he's a good trader. I actually I've heard of Roland before, and I'm sure I think he's a good trader. I think some of the stuff he puts out there is legitimate. I'm just saying I don't know whether he did it or not. I can't vouch for the dude or not. I don't know. I'm just gonna leave it at that and try to keep it drama free in here, because I'm not about all that drama. But again, I did appreciate all the new subs today. You know, appreciate all the subs. Yeah. Right. 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 Yeah. And here, I did want to do this today though, really quick. So I did want to do this, guys. So like, watch, like, I've been trading some after the stream, so I want to do this real quick. And the gaps are going to go down for a second, right? I just want to show you guys this so you guys can see this. Let me make sure you guys can see this. Let me fix this real quick. So I'm going to do this real quick so you guys can see this. Here, just let me do this bitch real quick. I wanted to show them this. All right, so this is the last. Let's see. These are my stats up until. I'm going to delete all of my stats up until September 1st, right? So I'm going to delete all my stats here up until September 1st. And I want to show you guys this. Delete trades. Oh, wait, here. There you go. I had you muted. My bad, bro. My bad, man. I just realized that. What's up? What's wrong, bro? Something's off? What do you mean?
You're good.
Okay. All right. But yeah, guys, this is what I want to show you guys for a second. So, again, these are all my trades up until September 1st. So I'm going to clear all of these trades, right? I'm going to delete all these trades. Wait, how do I do this? Yeah. All right. I'm going to try to do this quick. So I'm going to delete these trades, right? These trades are deleted. Okay. So you can see no trades from September 1st up until this point, right? Now I'm going to go into TEFs, and I'm going to upload my trades, right? Just so you guys can see these trades I'm making after the stream are legitimate. Okay, so look, I'm going to start at September 1st here. I got September 1st. They only let you do it by week. And so that's September 1st to the 7th. We're going to filter this out. We're going to export it. We're going to name this week 1 SEP for September. All right, that's week 1. We're going to do this one. We're going to go from the 7th, or no, we're going to go from the 8th to the 14th. Filter those. We're going to call this week 2 SEP. Save that. We're going to go to from the 14th, or no, we should go from the 15th up to the 20th. We're going to filter that. We're going to call this week 3 SEP. We're going to go from the 20th up to the 27th. We're going to call this week 4 SEP. We're going to go from the 27th up to the 3rd, which is today. So that's not going to work. So we're just going to do the 2nd, right? So do the 2nd. We're going to call this week 5 SEP. All right. And so you see me, I just uploaded all those. You saw what I named them, right? I go to import trades here, choose file, and I'm going to upload all of those trades. So that's week 1 SEP right here. upload. We're going to go to, you can see refresh status. There's those gains, import trades. We're going to go to week 2. I'm just going to go to quick access because those are where I just saved it. Here's week 2. We're going to upload. Same thing. Refresh. We're going to go to week 3. Now upload that. Upload these, week 3. And like I said, I'm doing this for transparency so you guys can actually see. That's week 3. We're going to go to week 4 here. Upload. That one's still taking a little while. All right, week 4. I think I did week 4, week 5. Let me see. I think I did all of them, right? Upload. Refresh. All right. And so again, now let's look. This is from that date. This is my P&L chart from those days. In gross profits, I literally had 2 losing days in gross profits in the last month and 3 days. And you saw me upload those live on this stream. You look at my details, only running with about 55% accuracy, but again, profit factors 2 to 1, so I'm using good risk reward, and this is my real graph from the last month or so. And I showed you guys this, and I wanted to show you guys this because again, I want you guys to see that the trades that I'm making after the stream are real. And so this way you can actually see that these are real. Like that's why I did that. And so now you see I uploaded these live so you guys can actually see like these are the trades I made. You said yesterday I did make that big $517 gain. If we look at my trades view here, I made that $757 gain and I uploaded it live on stream. So I did want to do that so people can actually see that these gains were real. And I suggest, like I said, I suggest everybody else kind of jump on that train too. All right, guys, we got 5 minutes left. I did want to do that, so my bad if I paused the stream. Like I said, part of me does enjoy trading after the stream. You know, part of me does enjoy trading after the stream because let's be real here, there's less pressure. And so sometimes I will get into trades after the stream. But again, I did want to upload those live on this stream so I can't fake it even if I wanted to. So you guys could see like, yeah, I'm getting into trades after the stream, but they're real trades. And sometimes it's just better to do it without hundreds of people watching me. And I honestly do a little bit better after the stream. But I stream so people can see the transparency as well. All right. But yeah, less than 5 minutes, team. Less than 5 minutes. Let's do this. Let me get these graphs up. And so like I said, we're going to see if we can break $1,000 in profit. We're going to see if we can break $1,000 in profit. I am currently at $818 in gains in this account. Currently at $818 in gains. Less than $200 to go until I can break that $1,000 mark. Yeah, I mean, no stress. Like I said, it's just about transparency. Like I said, guys, I'm not the best trader in the world. But when you guys see me posting these gains, I'm actually making these gains. You know, and like I said, you see me uploading these live. Like I just did that live. There's no way for me to fake what I just did. I mean, I'm sure there might be a way to fake it, but I have no idea how I would. But again, when I say I'm making these gains, I'm actually making these gains. And I'm not an expert or a guru or anything like that. But I think that in the end, I think that I do have some credibility with what I say and stuff that I say. And so I think that people should understand that when I'm skeptical of others, I'm skeptical because I think that new traders should understand that. And they should be skeptical naturally.
All right, guys. Like I said in the chat, we'll be watching the airline sector, construction services, and brokers.
Airline sector, what's some of those? Let me see.
I'll read you off my list, guys. You got DAL, Delta. You got AAPL, American Airlines. Well, American Airlines is AAL, I believe. Yeah, AAL. And then you got LUV, LUV, Southwest Airlines. You got JetBlue, JBLU. The ones I like the most is DAL and AAL. The reason why I like these stocks is the news catalyst behind it. It's not looking good for them. uh, airline stocks really plummeting after U.S. levies 10% tariffs on Airbus aircraft, pretty much hitting the EU with tariffs. The real big issue with this is a lot of these airlines have uh, planes that are still need to be made, essentially unfulfilled orders. Unfulfilled orders are what's going to make this move.
Let's see.
So this is a big time catalyst. This is not no small time catalyst, guys. I'm gonna be watching this. Most people aren't. Most people aren't even talking about the airlines this morning. If they did, they mentioned it very small.
Yeah, I
because
did.
I think they're trying to take advantage of the opportunity. At least that's what I've been seeing from traders. So that makes me excited. I'm gonna be
Honestly,
watching these. They
I
all look weak.
yeah, man, I didn't even know about these to be honest. And I have a very like I sometimes I do miss stuff like this, but yeah, American Airlines got hammered yesterday. What's the catalyst on it again? My bad, man. I'm kind of doing
I
something else.
I'll put it up in the chat. It's the
Okay.
easiest way.
Okay.
So just put it up in the chat. Here's I'll put two sources so you guys know that it's not like just BS. I have two sources here that I'm going off: Market Insider and Market Realist.
All right, there's the bell, team. There's the bell. Let's go. Let's do this. All right, guys, we're gonna see if we can break $800 in profit or $1,000 in profit. Like I said, I didn't want to do a guaranteed share size. I think Mitch can kind of vouch that 1,500 share size made me super stressed out. Probably because I'm
Yeah.
too stressed out, man.
No,
But
remember, it's all about money. At the end of
yeah,
the day, we're here to make some money. We're gonna focus
right,
on that, guys. We just want it to be big enough, so that we can make the gains that we need, and you guys can see some big time trades.
right.
All right, guys, what I'm looking for is really American Airlines and Delta to pop up. I need these to bounce a little bit before they flush. They're definitely down at their supports. Daily charts are showing long time supports being pushed on. So I'm going to look at the opening volume to really pay attention to where the big sellers are.
All right, guys. So we got the spy.
Okay. DAL hitting down there.
Spy dropping some originally here at the open. You see GoPro and all the down gaps today, bro. GoPro gap down
Yeah,
some.
GoPro. Yeah, well, that was like I told you guys. Buy the rumors, sell the news.
Yep. Tesla.
So they hid their guidance with the news. I don't know if you noticed that, but they hid their guidance. They tried to give a really good, solid, positive news because of a new product, and then slide in right behind it that their guidance was going to drop.
Yeah, just kind of
It's
throw
the
that
old,
in there, kind of toss
the
that
old,
in
the old slide in the guidance drop.
there. Yeah, man. But yeah, so we got Tesla down some. The SPY dropped originally at the open. I think the SPY is going to bounce today. I will say that. It's down some right now, but I think the SPY is going to bounce. Maybe I'm wrong. Like I said, I'm not the best predictor in the overall market, to be honest. But I think the SPY is going to bounce today just because I think it's down so much from yesterday. Tesla ripping up some after a big gap down. So Tesla just broke highs and it's pushing up some. Let's watch Tesla. And like I said, we'll see if we can break the $1,000 in profit today. We'll see. I'm not going to guarantee any share size today because, again, I realize that my emotions are much worse. And I think, although my gain yesterday was great, it was way too much risk for what I was really trying to do. And so, with that said, I'm not going to guarantee any share size today. And that's why I didn't include a share size in the thumbnail. Because again, the more pressure, the worse it typically is. So we're getting a lot of bounces today right now. So the Tesla's spiking up, the SPY's bouncing up, MU, NIO, I'm sure AMD's bouncing up. So we're getting some bounces right now in the overall market. Yeah, AMD's ripping up too. GoPro's still down some.
All right.
NNVC. Somebody else was talking about NNVC this morning. Penny stock ripping up NNVC. Not ripping up that much, I guess, actually. The scanner popped up. So OBLN was the other one I was watching. It's actually down some, and it already faded once today. All right, team. Let's do this. What's up, the best? Let me get this out the way.
I like that pop-up fade right there on DAL. It's looking really weak. A lot of sellers up there at 53.80s. I want it to get up there again or try to test up here to 53.60s and just completely reject.
Let's see what else we got. We got 282 people in here. Let's see if we can break 300. But yeah, guys, like I said, I'm looking at some bounces. GoPro specifically bounced, or GoPro specifically fell down.
Looking strong. Cannabis sector looking strong, guys. ATVI looking really strong, guys. Strong candle out the open. This is one that I shorted yesterday, but it looks really bullish today. 50 cent, 60 cent move out the open. We'll look for a pullback for a VWAP bounce play in that one. When I like this, I like when I see these four green candles straight out the open. That shows really good extension. And now I'm looking for a pullback that's about 60 cents, 70 cents back. Then I can risk 20 cents. There you go. DAL getting hit there. Looking for this to break 53 lows and then come back to 53.40s. We can risk off of 53.60.
Yeah, yesterday with that big gain, I actually traded Lennar, LEN, and it's ripping up some too. Most of the market's bouncing though, which is kind of what I thought. I mean, if you got to understand extension of the overall market, guys, and like this is one of the it's not 100% by any means. But when you see the market drop a huge amount, a lot of the time it's going to rebound, a small rebound. It might turn back around and go the other way, but a lot of the time it's going to rebound on short term. And so Tesla pulling back down some, though. Tesla is dropping down to 230s, or 231 level.
Hey, Mustream, please don't clog up the chat by repeating the same message 3 times. Don't want to have to put people in timeout, but we can't have people clogging up the chat.
What did he say?
He just repeated the same thing 3 times. That's all I'm saying.
Oh.
There's no need for it. If you want to put something up, but don't repeat the same thing 3 times.
Right.
I don't think anyone wants to see that.
My account is about a $9,000 account. It costs me $9,000, but I have much more buying power than that. Gideon, what's up, brother? Terms and conditions. Good morning, man. Yeah, no hard feelings. Me. I don't know how to say it. No hard feelings, bro. Yeah, just really, I gotta change that. Like, I can make it so that that Nightbot will kind of defend our honor and stop spammers, and so I should make it so that Nightbot will do that next time.
Yeah, just don't put the same message up. I don't mind if you're saying something else, but
right. Oh, dude, I don't know if you remember that guy yesterday, man. I went back and looked at his messages. I'm still kind of deciphering that. I have no idea what that dude was talking about, man. It's a mystery, man. I'm curious, man. It's a mystery. I know Junior was even curious. He wanted to know what he said.
Man, I'm liking American Airlines here, but I needed to come back up, test up here to 25, 45s.
What is that, AAL?
Yeah.
Looking at GoPro here, maybe Tesla if it can pull back to the VWAP some. I'll look at possibly shorting Tesla.
There you go. That's what I expected to see. Look at the airlines.
MU pulling back to the VWAP. I might look at a VWAP bounce on MU. Oh, I don't know about a VWAP bounce anymore. We'll see. MU doesn't look terrible. Airlines, let's see. Only one I know is AAL. What's some other airlines?
DAL.
Delta. Yeah.
JetBlue,
United Airline is UA, I think, right? Or it's UAA.
UAL. Yeah.
Yeah, UAL is what it is. I knew it was UA something. Um,
Hoping for a bounce here, but they're all getting destroyed right now. At least there's no buyers. It's nothing but sellers.
Waiting for Tesla maybe to pull back some. Tesla is getting hammered here. MU did bounce right there. Maybe I should have taken it, but it's okay. You're just gonna wait. SPY pulling back some down to 288s. Appreciate it, Roxy. Yeah, oh, CLF. I forgot about CLF. I was talking about CLF this morning. Big reversal here. Maybe if it pulls back to 730s, I'll consider it for a rejection play with a risk level of like 46. So about a 7 or maybe 47, 7 or 8 cent risk. Right around there, maybe.
There you go. All the airlines breaking through the lows. Every single one, at least on my list. There's a reason why I was watching these guys today. The best part is the focus isn't on it. And so what happens is, since the focus isn't on it, there's a reason why. They're waiting for the big percentage move in these down moves. And then you'll usually get the kind of news for this catalyst to really start showing through, show up in CNBC and stuff like that. I'm watching every single one of them. If any of them goes back to VWAP right here, I'm getting short.
Yeah, the SPY is just cracked below the VWAP. It's bouncing back now, but the SPY was originally down to 287s. And like I said, a lot of times you're going to get a short-term bounce, and then it might reverse and go back the other way. Happens a ton. Lennar bouncing off the VWAP. Look at that VWAP bounce on the Lennar.
ATVI looking good for a VWAP bounce play. I wanted to test down here to 90s. If it tests down here to 90s, I can hold off for 5280s. Doesn't seem like a bad idea at all. Looking to see if any of these airlines are going to make their way back.
Pinterest testing breaking lows. Activision might bounce at the VWAP for a VWAP bounce here.
Mm-hmm.
Is that what you were looking at?
Yeah, I'm looking for one more slight touch below VWAP, and then when it holds, then we can go for it. So here's that push down. We want to see it hold in the 90 spot. Just tick down, hold 90s, get some volume there, and then when it comes back up, I'll take the chance.
Yeah, not really super volatile. Yeah, for sure. Hey, we just broke 300. Nice. Hey, what's up, guys? Remember, hit that subscribe button. We do this live for free every single weekday morning. And as you can see, I uploaded my trades live on TraderView on stream. And so you want to see what it's really like day trading the market, hit the subscribe button. Honestly, I've been proud of this last month, man. Check out this graph, bro. Pretty graph, man. Look at that graph. Solid graph. Look at that. I definitely took too much risk yesterday, though. That's what that graph shows me, honestly. But, yeah.
There it goes, ATVI scooping up in the 90s.
MU built up a nice little risk spot below me, too, at 22.
I didn't get in there in ATVI, but it's looking strong.
Hey, appreciate the subs, guys. Welcome to the team. Appreciate it, Vondra. Appreciate the subs, guys. Welcome to the team.
Yeah, the airlines haven't been wanting to come back.
I almost
Had
took
to have
MU.
short those on the spikes today.
I almost took MU for the VWAP bounce. I really liked it because it built up some of this risk level here. Like the more confirmations it can have at a certain level, at this like 4220 level, the better the risk level ultimately is going to be. So like right here was a solid risk level. It's pulling back now. Maybe I'll consider it. Let's see. Oh, it's bouncing right back up. 28 with a risk level of 22. Is it too bad?
There goes the airlines. Breaking more lows.
They're getting weak.
Yeah. I'm just looking for them to come back. I don't know if they'll come back or not, but we'll see. If they come back, guys, I'm definitely taking them. I feel like I should have shorted into pops today. That's really not my strategy. It's not my bread and butter. It's not what I'm really known for and what I like to trade. But I do know this strategy about shorting into pops in the morning, especially on a stock you think is very, very weak.
Yeah, Bed Bath & Beyond ripped up here, man. And the reason I like Bed Bath & Beyond is because the previous day's closing price is right there as a risk level. So if you jump in Bed Bath & Beyond here, like I said, the previous day's close. Let me find what the previous day's close was. I got to get that thing, that document.
I hope somebody got that ATVI on that drop to 90s. That thing dropped to 90s instantly, right back up there to 53.40s. 50-cent move there, guys. Only needed a risk there, 10 cents to make a 50-cent move.
Yeah, I'm looking at
I didn't take it, but that's as good as it gets for a VWAP bounce play.
I'm looking at Bed Bath & Beyond. If it can pull back to 15, I like the risk of 5 because that's the previous day's closing price. So not only would that be a solid risk level, but it's the previous day's close, which generally is going to have a lot of sway. Just go all in for a week, cross your fingers, they're all winners. Yeah, man, I wish, bro. Let me just go for it.
What was I going to say? For you long traders out there, definitely take a look at ATVI. This is as good as a VWAP bounce as it gets. This is the strategy of the VWAP fade, just on the opposite side, guys. And then you guys will see why we like the VWAP indicator, why we use it, and why our strategies usually tend to be around that.
Yep.
This is beautiful, guys. There was a maximum, maybe you could say 20-cent risk, but the reward has been more than 60 cents now. And so that's what we talk about, risk to reward, guys. You always need to know how much you're risking for how much you're trying to get that reward. Because if you got this reward, you can take this kind of risk almost every single time. You know, when you're on a 3-to-1, go for it.
Yep.
GoPro.
Beauty. Look at GoPro, man. GoPro's been getting hammered all day today, too. If it pulls back, I might
All
take
right,
it, too.
I got one coming back. Baby, come back.
Which one? Oh, airlines?
Yeah. I'm watching LUV. Heavy resistance up there, 5210s. I want it to spike through 52 right here. Hold at 5210s, and then we'll take a short.
Yeah, CGC looks good. Let me see if I can catch Bed Bath & Beyond here with a few shares. It's right there. I could still use that risk level. I got a bad entry. Tried to catch it. It's just 500 shares, though. We'll see. I don't mind it here. We'll give it a chance, but bad entry, unfortunately.
Need a bounce here in LUV. I hope it traps shorts there at 52. Spikes up right here to 52.10. I'll take it off of 52.20.
All right, I'm in Bed Bath & Beyond. Like I said, I got to get the spread to do a little bit better here. All right, I'm going to take half off. Oh, my gosh, man. Are you serious? Look. Oh, no, I added to this one. That's what happened. Shoot. I'm making dumb mistakes here, team. Dumb mistakes.
Hey, just refocus, brother. Refocus.
I added instead of covered. I was trying to cover into that profit, but nope. Dumb mistakes, team.
Just a little bit of pressure. Just ease off of it. Focus on the trade. Trade it like you would the right way. You got this.
Yeah, frustrating. I added instead of, I would have taken profits there. I might get out of the trade soon here. but frustrating. Just made the wrong move. I guess I'll hold on to the rest here, but
I'm
just a
liking
dumb mistake.
ETFC for VWAP rejection play, but I'm stuck between LUV and ETFC for VWAP rejection.
I'm frustrated. I got out in time. $71 loss. I made the dumb mistake, man. I wanted to cover profits there, but instead, I instead added to the position, unfortunately, and so gonna look to add a little bit here for Bed Bath and Beyond. Look, I'm in with 500 shares. Maybe I'm just getting frustrated and making dumb mistake, but this time I'm gonna make sure to sell it instead of covering, instead of adding to it. That was just the mistake I made, and my original trade would have worked here as well, which is the frustrating thing, at least so far. But just a dumb mistake on my end, man. Small day, $75 down day so far, but man, just a stupid mistake. I'm just not used to going long.
Brother.
I'm not used to going long, is what it really is.
Yeah.
This time I'm gonna make sure to sell it. So get the move up, 18s.
MIK ripping out there, guys. Caterpillar at the VWAP doesn't seem too bad, but the risk is really big in that one. You have to use less than, I would say, 100 shares.
Yeah, I can tell I'm like mentally frustrated now after this trade. Just because, again, instead of covering the position, which I should have done, I added to the position, which is rookie mistake on my end. Let's see if we can get Bed Bath & Beyond to squeeze up now. But
All right,
if this
guys.
doesn't...
In LUV starter at 52 10s, risking off 52 21s. Looking to add here. Just want to see it create a high.
There's the bounce. I got to be careful here and get out of this one if it goes down much more. It's right around my risk level. My risk level, I think, was like 05. And it's at 13. And so it's still okay, but I got to be... I got to be strict with my risk level now. 13s.
All right, guys. This is getting up there to near the risk level. We got to let it touch there and reject. There you go. Touched and reject. Now we need to see it start creating that high, make a new candle, pull down, and I can add on to it.
We got a quick bounce here.
Also looking for AAL to come back to VWAP, DAL to come back to VWAP. JetBlue's already at VWAP.
12s, 15s.
All right. If it gets above 21s, guys, got to step out.
Yeah,
There's 23 showing up, guys.
Yeah, I'll throw you up for now. There's a rip here, so I did get a nice little move for this one, but again, I'm just going to hold on to it and just watch it. There's 22s. I guess I could leave both of us up here. Teens.
All right, that's a nice rejection right there.
11s. 8s. So we're back around right around my risk level. My risk is 05. And so we're at 08s, 10s. And so I just got to stick to my risk level. Either way, if it's a $150 loss after yesterday's big win, I'm going to be okay regardless. And I think I've calmed down a little bit, and I'm just going to let this one go to my levels and see what happens. But going to try to close it down if this one doesn't work out. I always say that and then keep pushing. And so we'll see. But I'm worried about a rejection here at the VWAP, so got to give it some time, but...
VWAP rejection play in ETFC. Beautiful. Worked out beautifully.
There's 14s. So we did get some confirmation right at my risk level. Look at that, right at 0506. So that's good. We could just get a rip up to like 30s or 40s. I could probably take some profits with this one.
All right, guys. AAL getting kind of near that level where I want to take it also.
Hey, appreciate the sub, Zoran. Welcome to the team, bro. Appreciate it, man. But yeah, I'm gonna be mad at myself over this dumb mistake all day, man. Like I was in the profits, man. I was in the profits. I was trying to take half off, and I added, and I ended up getting them with 750 shares instead. Just dumb. Ugh, mad at myself, man. All right, well here's a move ups. 24s. Let's see if we can actually get the rip here though for Bed Bath and Beyond. There's 24s, 25s.
All right, guys. I was trying to add there at 15 for LUV. We got two highs at 52.20. So I was trying to add there about 5 cents away from the risk. Didn't get my ad as it didn't fill, but just going to focus on the trade now. I like it. Well-defined risk. Just got to hold to the risk, see what happens here.
All right, we got a nice little rip up there. I'm gonna go ahead and just get out of this one and just wipe my hands of it, guys. I gotta take a little second. So I'm only down $30 on the day. I need to take a second to kind of chill out. Very frustrated from that beginning, and so I'm just not gonna trade for a few minutes. Maybe got out of that one a little bit early. Maybe sold a little bit too soon, but I can feel myself noticeably frustrated. Luckily, I kind of came back. I was down like a bunch, and I came back, and so I'm just gonna woo-saw a little bit here and try to calm myself down after a very frustrating start. So I'll throw Mitch up. Let Mitch lead right now. But yeah, frustrating trades for sure.
All right, guys. Just can't let this explode through 52.20s. Risk is well defined now. Let's see what happens here.
We are using TEFs. Hedge. We are using TEFs, man. So I'll post that links. It's TradeNet's platform, and there's some benefits to using them for sure for new traders. You can day trade with no PDT rule. You can short stocks. Comes with a trading course, chat room access, demo account to trade with for a few weeks, and it basically operates like a prop firm. The funded account program does at least. So you get their base package. You get 14,000 in buying power to trade with. There's no PDT rule. You can short stocks and day trade as much as you want, and there's a lot of other benefits to using them as well. And so if you want to help support us, we do make a commission if you sign up, obviously. So, of course, we're biased, but I think they make sense for new traders. I think it's just a much cheaper way to approach the market. And so I'll post that link here if you want to check them out.
Little frustrated there, guys. Was looking for the airlines to come back to VWAP. I've taken LUV, but AAL was really the one that I really wanted, and that thing's already faded. So just the kind of just to show you guys selection's important.
I dropped my mouse thing. That's the right thing to do, John. Step away. Yeah, man, I could tell. I was noticeably frustrated. Because again, like I got to the level where I could have actually taken profits, and the fact that I added and then it just turned against me was just extremely, extremely frustrating.
Yeah, I'm probably gonna get stopped out right here, guys.
Why does TradeNet say you can request? You have to apply to it. I'm sure they say that for liability reasons. From my experience, almost everybody's approved though. But again, I'm sure it's for liability reasons that they say that, because technically you're buying an educational package. You got a little bit of confirmation in that one, Mitch.
Yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, it just wasn't the best chart. The best chart was AAL. Should have gone for that one. But it's just how it goes. Hesitant at the beginning at the open. And then, so you usually end up taking a later move. I like earlier moves.
Yeah, I tend to like later ones, but everybody has their own preferences, you know?
Yeah, I just feel like you always get into consolidation in the second move. Second or third move is more consolidation move. First move is more momentum.
Yeah, I
That's
mean
really
for
what
sure.
it is. Yeah, it's not looking good for me, and a little upsetting because American Airlines is looking so perfect. So I'll just hang tight. That's
Look
all
at
I can do now.
Pinterest.
I,
Doesn't look like a bad fade there. Pinterest.
the one that I really liked that I didn't take when I was looking at the same one was ETFC, E Trade, VWAP rejection play. This stock getting downgraded. I think the brokers are going to get a good cut off their price before they come back. And this one went up there to 36, rejected, went back below to the support, bounced back to the VWAP right there at the 60s. Could have taken it off of the 78 level or 80 level, and that thing went right back down to $35.
Yep. I mean, Bed Bath and Beyond squeezed up, but again, I got out of this one a little bit early, and I think it's okay in this instance because again, I was noticeably frustrated from the trade prior to that. And even though this one would have squeezed up in my direction, I did not want to sit into it. I needed to calm myself down some, and I felt myself noticeably frustrated, and so that is why I got out of BBBY, and I'm still happy I did.
And there goes American Eagle, and look at
Look at the
LUV.
SPY. So the SPY just got
Look at the
hammered, guys.
LUV.
Whoa, yeah,
All
the
right,
SPY
guys,
just
I'm
got
up.
ripped. The SPY just ripped down.
All right, guys, up $480. Gonna take some
Here,
profit
yeah.
here into this
Be
push.
careful, it might bounce quick. I'm not gonna say
Yep.
it will. Yeah,
All
but
right, guys, just took $278
SPY's
off.
dropping
Just gonna
more.
look to add some shares at VWAP. Looking for a bounce to VWAP play, guys. All the
Woo.
airlines just tanked really hard, guys.
So what happened here? Something happened. Was it a tweet?
This is gonna be probably big time news, so
Yeah.
I'll try to find the news, guys.
Here.
Look for
Here, I
bounces
got
to
you.
VWAP.
Focus on your trade. I got you, bro. I'm gonna find it. I got you though. Yeah, just focus on your trade. I'll find the news. So right now this is from so U.S. manufacturing numbers came out. PMI September 51.0.
All right,
Market
look at
services PMI September 50.9. U.S. factory orders August minus 0.1%. Yeah, so these are basically manufacturing numbers that came out. And I guess they were below the expectations. But yeah, Mitch, nail that trade, man. Nice work, brother. Good work.
Yep.
Huh,
All right,
man.
took most of it off, guys. Shorting anything at VWAP here. Shorting anything at VWAP.
Look at Pinterest. Maybe I should have jumped in that one, but man.
Look for a VWAP rejection play in CGC. Also looking for that one. That one get a pretty good, decent down move there.
The whole market's
ETFC.
dropping, K Gifford. Not the whole market, but most
Look
of
at
the
the
market is
high
dropping.
beta ones. We talked about so when there's a big movement, you want to look at the really strong stocks like Netflix, Google, Apple,
Right.
uh,
Stocks that are
Disney.
actually on the S&P.
Yeah, that have what we call high beta, meaning that they're not supposed to move this fast.
Right.
They're supposed to be a little less volatile. They're supposed to kind of have some kind of, because of the market size, because of the capitalization, they don't have a tendency to have extreme moves. And so what we saw there is a big breakdown candle. So what we need to do is look at the high where the breakdown started, guys. For me and LUV, that would be 52.20. That's where the breakdown started. I'm looking at bigger stocks like Netflix and seeing if it's going to get back above 262.48. And so you got to look for key resistance where the crackdown happened. This is what we call a kill candle. A kill candle meaning huge red candle. So you need to know the top of that red candle. That's the major resistance right now. That's where you can work off of if you're trying to get into shorts now.
Yep. Look at GoPro's fade too. It was nice. But yeah, the market manufacturing numbers came out. Somebody
All right,
asked
guys,
why
I
hold a
feel
position before.
LUV's coming back down to yesterday's close. Yesterday's close was 51.19. That's why I'm gonna look to take some profit I'll let this crack down through the 5150s.
Yeah, I didn't want to scare you out of it. I just know a lot of the time when like
Yeah.
I know a lot of the time when the market drops a big news story like this, things
Yeah,
can turn the other way super quick. It's so,
yeah, I took a little too much. I should have took half, guys.
well,
Half was the move there. I took 8/10 of my position, and that really wasn't the move there. Half I think was the move there, and then hold break even on the rest. But just not going to stress it. I mean,
yeah,
at the end of the day,
you're
this is
doing
still going to
well.
be more than a $400 winner. So
Right.
I'm not going to stress on that.
Yeah, man, you're doing good.
I'm looking for bounces to add. I want to use my average to give myself strength. I'm above VWAP, above the kill can, right above here at 5209, almost there to the kill candle. So I'm using that as my risk right now, and I'm letting this work. You got to let the market work in your favor when it's already working there. It's already gone and broken supports. So now I'm just gonna let it just keep working and tell me when it wants to break resistance.
Hey, appreciate the sub, K Jones. Welcome to the team, brother. Appreciate it, man.
I'm glad I was at least able to tell you guys about this airline news early enough to that where you guys could probably have read it and gone to take a trade on it.
Yeah, man. I mean, the manufacturing numbers just hammered the market, bro. Netflix was
Yeah.
one I really wanted to.
Okay, guys, looking at my construction companies because it's manufacturing. I'm looking for CSX to come back to 66.37. I'm looking for Cat. Cat was a good fade, man. I was talking about that one early that it was a hard fade to do because of the spread and you needed to use less than 100 shares. But less than 100 shares in this one would have already made you like $300 or $400.
Yeah.
And so that kind of shows you that you can trade higher cap. You just have to understand the risk and reward. Most traders cannot understand the risk and reward, and that's why they don't do well in higher cap stocks.
Right, man.
That's why you see the penny stock traders trying to push penny stocks, because usually beginners think they're going to do better in penny stocks than they're going to do in high cap. But really, high caps are slower moves, more trend, more
Safer
trend
for new
direction.
traders. Yeah, for
Yeah,
sure. They
more trend
confirm
direction.
trends.
Yeah, and so that's important. And when you're a beginner trader, you don't want to be trading things that go up and down, up
Over the
and
VWAP.
down.
And it's one of
Yeah.
those things that's like it's like this, man. And the reason they advertise penny stocks to new traders is because it's the easiest thing to advertise. Like
All
who's
right,
not
guys,
gonna
gonna take profit into this move here, guys. We're getting these 3 down wicks, looking for a push towards 20, and then I'm gonna take profit.
But yeah, who's not gonna look at 1,000% gain and be like, I can do that if I can turn $1,000 into 30,000 in a day? You know, I want to do that, guys. That's the way to do it. Everybody wants to get rich quick, but in the end, guys, like I said, it's like Mitch said. Bigger and mid cap stocks typically confirm trends more. They pick better trends in specific directions. They're less random, and in my opinion, they're easier to profit from. But again, everybody's a little bit different. And I know the penny stocks are what's kind of cool to advertise and cool to trade in the market. But I think that if you really look at them objectively, I think mid and high cap stocks can make you more money or have better consistency at the least.
Tesla's another one I'm looking at, guys. Tesla's looking weak.
Yeah, Tesla's just a big stock listed on the SPY as well. So like as the SPY gets hammered, although Tesla has been a little bit. Let me zoom in.
Yeah, my key on Tesla. We're down about $18 from the highs and about 3 percentage points from the open. That's why I'm just looking at it.
Do you think GoPro is oversold? I don't know, man.
Well, the problem with GoPro is like we talked about lower guidance. So lower guidance, it's gonna affect the stock itself.
I think if you look at the long-term chart of GoPro, the lifetime lows are at 360s. And so it's just about, at this point, when you look at the long-term chart of GoPro, it's just about whether you actually think it's going to break that 360s level. And if you think it's not, you know, buying GoPro for a bounce makes sense. But if you think it is, then, you know, you could either wait for that or jump in now and try to write it down for that. But again, I think that It's just about whether you're going to think it's going to break the lifetime lows or not. And it could or it could not. It just depends on what your overall take on the health of the company is.
All right, guys, taking it off. Gonna take that trade. There's no need to get a little greedy here. Want to give myself cushion if stocks come back to VWAP. Because if the stocks just kind of fade from here, 200 shares, yep, got me another $180, and I made $422 on one trade. And so there's no need to kind of get greedy here. A lot of times we get greedy when we get that kind of home run move or action. And you got to remember, risk to reward, guys. If you're not taking your reward, it's just as bad as not holding to your risk. So I set out to at least try to make $200 on this trade. I flipped that to twice already. I'm going to take the profit, $422. That's a great trade.
Yeah, man. Nice work, brother. Good job, bro.
All right, guys.
With the market now,
so now that we gotten some bottoms, right? So now I see the bottoms on stocks. A lot of stocks are at what we call the low of the day. I want to see it bounce towards VWAP. Strong bounces here. It's almost as strong as that kill candle. You want to see the reverse price action as things pop up so that we can get back into them and short what we call shorting into strength.
Yeah, right, Mark. I mean, I kind of feel the same way. So, like, I was writing this out, and what Mark says is true. He says, I only do penny stocks like once a week. They are much closer to gambling. And I think that's true. And the reason they are like that is because they're much more random. They're less consistent. The same ones don't move every day. So you can't really learn a certain stock and continue to go back to that well and attack the same stock every day. And so they're just much less consistent overall. And because of that, you're going to be able to make more. You're going to be able to make more on average with those. But again, you're not always going to, you're going to be risking more as well. And so it just depends on what traders really want to do. If you buy the $3.99 intro course on TradeNet, do you get the live account? You have to apply for the funded account program. Like I said, from my experience, everybody's approved, but best to reach out to them and ask them. But yeah, with the intro package, there's $14K is what the buying power is for the intro package funded account program. There's no PDT rule. The split is 70-30. And again, it comes with a demo account for a few weeks, a day trading course, and access to their chat room for a few weeks as well.
All right, guys, going to run through my stocks, try to find a stock that's moving towards VWAP. Anyone see anything that VWAP and was strong? Let me know in the chat. I don't mind taking a look at it.
Yeah, and there's the link in the chat if you guys want to check out TradeNet and Tefs. I want to learn more about trading higher cap stocks. I have penny stock lane mastered. Yeah.
Look at UAL. Look at UAL, guys. This is why I mentioned I'm glad that I was able to find this catalyst because I don't know why. It just wasn't out everywhere. This is a big time catalyst. And then you're going to get other economic news to hit us negatively. So you have already a stock that's getting hit with a negative catalyst, and now you're getting hit with a negative catalyst on the overall market. What's going to happen? It's going to follow trend.
Yep.
If you look at these airlines, those are big time red candles for an airline. Airlines really kind of have a tendency to hang in a range and not have huge volatility. And this is big time volatility for them.
Yep.
I wouldn't be surprised if you hear all about these airlines later today.
Tesla's getting closer up there, and I might start to consider shorting Tesla if it gets up to 228.60 or so.
Ooh, there you go.
I
like it.
We'll see. It just depends. The risk is going to be like dollars, though. That's the problem with it. Is the risk is going to be dollars.
I'm sorry, man. I gotta laugh a little bit. Alfred put up ATVI. It looks good. And I literally just typed into my stock, Alfred. I was like, Alfred, where are you?
Yeah, I do that too. Honestly, I typed in the other day the name of somebody here as well. I can't remember who.
It's like, I'm looking for you as a stock. All right, guys. I'm looking to see if we can probably get into ATVI for a VWAP rejection play.
Oh, here, you're about to I'm waiting for Tesla. I'll throw you up until we get that.
Yeah, I'm waiting. I need to see a rejection here off of 44s for ATVI. But it's getting interesting because it has that low there at 52.70, and I think if it cracks that 52.70, we'll get to $52 today.
Oh man.
So let's see what happens here on a push towards 45, towards 50, if it can just reject really quickly. The kill candle on this one was at 53.62. So ATVI has that resistance right there above it at 62.
So I'm looking at Tesla here, and it's getting closer. I might add a few shares to Tesla, like $10, 10 shares, just to kind of hang out for now. Gonna add maybe another 20 shares up here if it can get up to 228. Got in about $1 early though, so that's why I only added 10 shares. So if it pushes up, I'll only be down like $10.
Okay.
But
looking for a push up here in JetBlue to short, guys. JetBlue is hanging really tight in a really tight range, but look, it's coming to VWAP.
Yeah, man, Tesla. Okay. Spot bouncing a little bit here.
You know what? I like this. I like Delta. I'm just stick to Delta. It's held down below really well here at 52. I'm expecting a bounce back here to 52.72. Look at Talking Bread.
Huh? Oh.
I don't think you made $1,000, but I think you did that one time, didn't you, John?
I accidentally made money. Yes.
Yeah,
I
like
accidentally
put
made
the
money.
wrong ticker. Did
Yeah,
you buy the
100%.
wrong ticker?
Yeah, I bought the wrong stock, and then it went in my direction, and I got out for like $100 gain. Yesterday, no, the day before, I accidentally bought 10,000 shares instead of 1,000 and made money. The other day, and I did that on stream too.
Yeah, we got to be quicker than that, guys.
Yeah, it's the TEFSAP. It's the
It
TEFSAP.
happens.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's that the TEFSAP's solid. I like the TEFSAP. But again, I accidentally bought 10,000 instead of 1,000, and luckily it went in my direction. But I still ended up losing because of commissions, right? Like I made like $200 on the trade, but I was down. I was about back to where I started because commissions for 10,000 shares like $200, and so.
All right, I'm getting a little crazy here, guys. I'm looking at Google.
Google, huh?
My fade
Alphabet,
Google.
right? Or no, does Google have a stock or is it still Alphabet?
Yeah. No, it's
Oh, it's Alphabet, but it's GOOG is the symbol. Okay, yeah. That's what it is.
All right, right now it would be a 50-cent risk. So if we're gonna do a 50-cent risk here, just because it's so big, and I wouldn't mind just getting a taste of a fade in Google, I might take this at 50 shares, guys. The price that I would look to take would be 1175.
$297s. We're at 85s. I might start to add a little bit more here to Tesla. Now that we are rebounding up to the whole dollar here, I'm going to add another 10 shares here. So I'm just in with 20 shares now. Very small position on Tesla. Going to look for the rejection. Risk level is probably right around 231s. What's Tesla doing? All right, there's a little bit of rejection. Gonna think about maybe adding a little bit more here on Tesla.
Da, 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 da,
I know.
da.
Honestly, I whistle, man. I've been starting to whistle on stream. Um, there's a nice little rejection on Tesla, but I'm only holding 20 shares, and I'm just gonna try to just kind of hang out with this one. I'm not trying to take any crazy risks. After that news story came out, the market's gonna be pretty volatile.
Yeah, let's find out. I want to find a little bit more about this. So I'm gonna do a little research here, guys. I know you said manufacturing numbers. I want to see how
I
bad
think it was.
and how bad people think.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it was manufacturing numbers. All right, getting close to getting out of here on Tesla. Like I said, still a small day, like less than $60 down today. Hopefully Tesla gets rejected here, but if not, I might just jump out. Keep my day small. Breakout. We break that high at 0.10. Let's see. Yeah, I gotta get out here. I got out of Tesla. Down $68 on the day, so still a small day. I'm playing it pretty small here. The market's bouncing.
I don't mean to be negative. Just kind of always try to look to see if there's anything that could be hidden to us. Maybe information that's not being pushed so much. There is the former Ukraine envoy arrives at Capitol Hill, kind of having interview. This is Kurt Volker, who resigned last week as Trump's administration special envoy for Ukraine. He's being interviewed behind closed doors in front of 3 House committees and accelerating the Democratic impeachment inquiry. Just putting that out there so people know that there might be something else out there than just the manufacturing news. Manufacturing news is kind of the present, just right in front of you, and this could be what we call the hidden catalyst. We can't know. It's behind closed doors. But I just want to know that there's something else out there at least that could be causing a crash.
Interesting.
And since it's behind closed doors, that kind of concerns me.
Yep.
It's not like it's all the other committees have been live where you can go and see it on CNN right now. You can't see this one right now, guys. And you're not going to get news for it probably till the end of the day.
I mean, the one you traded earlier is pulling back to the VWAP LUV.
Yeah, I'm looking for it.
SPY's
I
pulling
won't be
back
mad.
to the VWAP is what happened. Like, look at the SPY. So the SPY's rebounding here after this huge drop. This was a huge drop in the market. All right, and so we do have some recent news that just came out. So I'll go ahead and read the last 10 minutes of news. So the first one says U.S. National Retail Federation anticipates retailers will hire 530 to 590,000 temporary workers for the upcoming holiday season versus the previously thought 554. Clariant, CLNSW, are reportedly considering the potential sale of their batches unit to Poly One for approximately US dollar 1.5 billion, according to sources. European Council President Tusk has told UK Prime Minister Johnson that we will remain open but are still unconvinced. And then the latest one that came out about 2 minutes ago was from President Trump saying that if China does not do what the U.S. wants, the U.S. has a lot of options, confirms that a Chinese delegation will come to Washington next week. And so maybe that's what's causing this this bounce in the market here. Maybe that's what's causing this bounce in the market. We'll see. Maybe that's causing some optimism here. But again, that's what we're seeing right now. That's the latest news in the overall market today.
Okay, so we got that ISM to report an index activity drop of 1.3 points, reading of 47.8 last month. This is the lowest level since June 2009 when the Great Recession ended. And a reading below 50 indicates contraction in the manufacturing sector. This is what's really important, guys. The manufacturing sector accounts for about 11% of the U.S. economy. So we're talking about a second straight month of the index falling below the threshold of 50. The threshold of 50 is the important kind of key stat that you're looking for in the ISM. If it's above 50, it shows that it's growing. Below 50, it shows that there's contraction. And what does this all play towards, guys? What we as economists always look at is GDP.
Right.
And so if GDP lower, you'll see the stock market kind of affect from that.
Yep.
All right, love getting up there. But to tell you the truth, guys, I talked about it. I'm really looking for DAL. This one was a little bit more volatile and not responding quickly to the pattern. I think DAL really looked bad right out the gates. Went down, found a low at 51.81. And I really like that one when it comes back because the risk is right above at 52.88 versus where this kill candle is on LUV, which is all the way up here to 52.20s. Don't want to short here at 52.72s and all of a sudden see a spike towards $52. That's going to be a 20-cent instant move, and not what I'm trying to fight today. Like I said, I wanted to see retracement of that kill candle so that I can attack a stock at VWAP. This stock is holding a low here. So you got to hold to this low. And it doesn't seem as kind of probable as a stock like, let's say, AAL is doing right now or DAL. My choice is going to be DAL. Good Lord. That's all I got to say.
What?
The chat.
Yeah, man. I just called
That's all
it, guys.
I got to
Sorry,
say.
guys. I just called it,
Yeah, we're paying attention to the market,
Yeah.
People try to take advantage of that.
Yeah, man. I'm just trying to watch the market, bro. That's all I'm really trying to do. And it's,
All right, SPY getting towards that fade, guys, on the 15-minute. I like when the SPY fades on the 15 minutes. So where's the resistance here, guys? Where do we want to see it hold? If it does get above VWAP, we need to see it hold 287's 22. So that's what I would be paying attention to, guys. A rejection here off VWAP or a move above here, and then rejecting off the resistance, which is 287.22.
Yeah. Big rip in Tesla here. Big rip in the market is what happened. So the market just ripped up.
Yeah, market has a tendency of doing this. This is why John kind of had that feeling of take profit.
Right.
Because he's seen it too many times when the market really crashes, the contraction comes back.
Right, exactly. Like, that's why, and I felt bad because it didn't bounce. But a lot of the time it's going to. A lot of the time the market's going to tank, and then immediately, especially like if it's a wick, immediately the wick will fill and go back up. And so if you wait too long to take profits there, you're going to miss it a lot of the time. So my natural urge was to say, take profits, man, take profits, do it.
All right, John, looking at two stocks here. I'm going to mention three that look like fades, guys. Okay, so they're all kind of started positive. They all kind of broke down at VWAP. So you got the constructions of CSX, and you also got UNP. These are different price points. One's at $66 CSX. UNP is up there at the $150 level. And then you got AMD in the tech sector that's coming back also to VWAP.
Yeah, the SPY's ripping up here.
Those three look interesting. Would want them to create highs, create a new candle, and then look to break that.
All right, so this is the news that recently came out again. This one came out 2 minutes ago. It says, U.S. President Trump says North Korea wants to talk, and U.S. will be talking with them. Another one came out for Roku, that they reported taking a stake in the company for Roku. That's unconfirmed, Itchin. And then market implied probability of 25 BPS rate cut this morning rises to 92.5% after weak ISM non-manufacturing data. So apparently it was non-manufacturing data. But yeah, that's what happened with that.
All right, guys, look at how the SPY just held at that 287.22. Is your
Pulling back
Thinkorswim
a little bit.
lagging?
Yeah. Well, it's the market's just super volatile, is what it is. Market's just super volatile.
My internet connection's unstable,
There
so
it
if you
goes.
guys hear me come in and out, this is awkward for me. I never get I never get bad internet. I'm gonna call Comcast today.
Yeah, man. Comcast, honestly, bro, I looked at my bill and I don't know if it's from streaming, but Comcast tried to throw $140 one-time charge on my internet bill.
Oh, oh,
Right, I'm sitting there like, what?
that's
They're like,
almost like the GoPro
well,
sneaking that guidance.
right. The issue is that I talked to them last month and I said, hey, look, like my job is like streaming. Like I stream, like that's my job. Like I do YouTube and I stream and I do some other stuff as well. But my job is internet based. I'll pay the extra $50 for the unlimited internet. And they told me, no, you don't use it enough. You don't need unlimited data for your internet, right? And then this month, right, a month later, $180 bill, and it says it's from data usage online. And it's just kind of like, dude, I tried to get the unlimited. You told me no. Now it's like, now you're going to be like, oh, you should have had unlimited. I promise you that's what they're going to tell me. They're not going to take it off. Now I'm going to have to eat that and just say, no, give me the unlimited data.
You might have to pull the old fashioned. You guys know of CenturyLink, right?
Yeah. No, that wasn't yesterday, K Gifford. So yesterday I had a $757 win on my live account. And overall on the day, I made $517 or something like that. I made about $400 after commissions yesterday. So I still was profitable after commissions yesterday. Today, I'm currently down $90. I'm in Netflix, just for transparency there. I'm kind of horsing around with a few shares, but down less than $100. But yeah, that was yesterday.
All right, guys, looking for a bounce here in DAL towards 5270s. The risk is going to be off of 75. So looking for a push and towards 70, and then it could risk right above it. I have a little bit of a different VWAP from my TEFs and my Thinkorswim, so I'm going for the Thinkorswim one that's a little bit higher.
Yeah, well,
get closer to the risk.
Yeah, that's the one I like the most is the Thinkorswim one.
Yep.
All right, I might get out of Netflix here. I'm only holding 10 shares, and so I guess I'll let it work. But again, I think this is going to be dependent on the overall market. I ended up losing some on Tesla. I don't know if you guys, if I told you guys, but I ended up losing some on Tesla. I'm just kind of hanging out here. Like I said, yesterday was such a big day for me that I'm not really upset either way about this. I'm just trying to keep my losses small so I could really push for like that $1,000 profit level. That's really all I'm trying to do today. So if I lose $100, $120 today, I'm fine with that. I just need to keep my risk small, not be scared, and really take my swing because I'd really love to break $1,000 in profit. I'm super close here.
AMD fade working out for the time being.
No, it's not $300 on a $700 win. I was already down on the day when I made the $757 win. I was already down some. So overall on the day, I profited $500 basically. And then net profit today was like 400 and something, or like 400, which is fine especially with the sizing I used yesterday. It's perfectly fine. Like the commissions were not bad at all, really, if you think about it, because I took like 4,000 shares yesterday. And so my commission on a $500 winning day after trading a bunch of times was less than $100. And so that's basically
DAL interesting here. Starting to get interesting. Tapped up there to VWAP there to 60s. I didn't want to get in there as I'm looking closer towards a tick above VWAP. I want to get closer towards that 70 so I could risk up there to 84 or 85s. Looking for a tick above so that we can get what's called the VWAP fade there. and that's what I'll be looking to tackle in this one.
Oh, DAL,
Makes
yeah, that one,
sense.
it's set up for it for sure.
It makes sense for it to like just come right above here, hang out here for a second, and then come right back down to 52s.
Right.
So I'm going to hang tight instead of rushing into trades. I've already got a really good cushion. Need to take the best selection trade on this next one. I do not mind risking a little bit of my profits, what we call using your bank to take the trade. And I'm going to go ahead and use that bank, but I'm going to be very selective on what stock I'm going to get in.
Yeah, like we could see how many shares I took yesterday. So like my commission overall was not that bad with the amount of share size I took. Let me see. Yesterday, I took 16,400 shares on LEN overall. And some of those were from losing, and then some of those were from winning. But yeah, like I said, I scalped it a few times, and then I took a much larger swing after that.
All right. Paying attention to the SPY here, guys. The big important price point I pointed out there, guys, that 287.22. Look for that price for it to hold below that pricing now.
Or I guess total volume was, oh yeah, so yeah, yesterday I did take 18,800 shares overall. So yeah, so not bad commissions considering everything. Again, like I said, I made about $500 on the day, gross 400 or roughly net, maybe a little bit less. So not terrible, all things considered, after commissions.
All right. Looking good. Looking like it's going to test above VWAP here, DAL. We're getting a little push in the SPY towards the resistance. It's right above it here, guys. It wicked past to 287.50, and it just went right back below that resistance. So we need to see it either get above that resistance and hold, or let it use that resistance to kind of bounce off of and come right back down below VWAP.
Yeah.
All right, gonna look for an up 3 move here in DAL. Up 3 move right above VWAP, and then holding, and then that's when we'll go ahead and try to take our shot.
Yeah, I mean, but Gobi, I mean, that's a little bit misleading, man. You could say, oh, Tefs needs to follow suit. And I think I would love for Tefs to offer free commissions as well. But again, there's going to be a difference. Like, these are U.S. regulated brokers. So even if you go on Thinkorswim, you're still going to have to follow the PDT rule. Unless you use a cash account. But even with the cash account, you're going to have to follow the T2 rule. And so you're still going to need a pretty big account if you want to day trade on Thinkorswim. Same thing with all U.S. regulated platforms. And so that's what I'm saying. It's like, yeah, like it's not going to really affect Tefs that much, because in the end, Tefs is a no PDT rule platform that lets you day trade stocks with no PDT rule. And I think that's always going to be a market over. There's always going to be a market for that over U.S. regulated platforms, because again, they're allowing you to day trade without the PDT rule, and I think that gives value a lot to new traders. So yeah, it's like, of course, I would love for Tefs to offer no PDT rule as well. But in the end, you know, it's a different niche in the market.
I agree.
You know, it's just a different niche. It's Tefs is no PDT rule, allows you to day trade as much as you want. You're gonna have to pay commissions, but in the end, like Thinkorswim offers free commissions, but again, you're following the PDT rule. So it's just a different sector. It's a different niche. It's not really gonna affect Tefs or TradeNet that much, in my opinion. For the same reason, it's not gonna affect SureTrader that much, because it's just a different niche. You know, yeah, you could go to Thinkorswim, but you're going to be stuck with the T2 rule, which means you have to wait 2 days after each transaction, and you're going to get stuck with the PDT rule. And so it's just different.
Looking interesting right here on the crack of 50. Keeps holding that 50 low, and then a high right here at 60s. So trying to see it, let it get through this VWAP so that it can come right back below it.
Tefs is TradeNet's platform. Here, I'll post the link. Y'all want to check them out. Of course, we're biased. You know, we post the links for them, so of course we're biased. But again, I think that if you're looking at no PDT rule platforms, I think their commissions are probably some of the cheapest. the commissions for TEFs, it's about 0.006 cents per share plus fees. But there's a 150 per trade minimum. They're really good for small sizing. Like if you take 500 shares or less, your round trip commission is going to be very, very cheap relative to all these other platforms. They're definitely cheaper than SureTrader in my opinion. Yeah, I've used SureTrader. I've never used TradeZero though. I've heard about them, just never used them. What is AMTDM?
Getting tempting here.
Yeah, I'm holding my little baby shares of Netflix, just kind of hanging out with this one. Up $10. See if we can get some weakness here.
Big order going through there at 52.39s for DAL, 31,000 shares.
There goes Tesla getting hammered here. Maybe GoPro if it bounces back. We'll see.
Trying to be patient here. Huge order there at 52.58 on the bid.
There goes Netflix dropping.
195,000 shares there, sitting there.
It's absolutely going to trade the industry. Not yet with the payout. That's why I'm trying to break 1,000 so I can get close to that. But we should get one after I break 1,000 in profit. Like I said, we're not experts or gurus here. We just kind of help new traders, and so that's the next step for me. I have had friends that have taken payouts with no issues though. You can withdraw once per month. I had one that withdrew one at the beginning of the month or put his request on the 10th and got his on the 19th, and so it took him 9 days to get his.
Taking a shot here, guys. Risking off of 70. It's gonna be off of 73 here, guys.
Also, go check out Trade Ideas. There's the link in the chat. Best scanners in the game. You can use my link if you want 15% off. What do you think about Schwab not charging trading fees? Is that going to change the industry? It already has. Just like Robinhood changed the industry, that is going to affect the industry as well. And I think that if any of the regular platforms, if any of the if any of the U.S. regulated platforms want to compete, they're going to have to drop commissions. And so I think Robinhood did all traders a big favor, in all honesty, by basically undercutting these large U.S. brokers. And again, I think that is going to positively affect the trading world. I think that commissions are going to be a thing of the past, at least with U.S. regulated platforms. I think no PDT platforms are still going to make you pay commissions because, again, I think that it's a premium because it's a no PDT rule platform. Appreciate the sub, Ron, by the way. But again, I think that if they want to compete, they're going to have to drop their commissions. Not with, like I said, TAFs is different. It's a no PDT platform. Mitch and I day trade very actively, and so because of that, if we have to pay a small amount of commissions, it's just kind of it's an understandable charge in my opinion. But I think U.S. regulated platforms, if they're going to compete, they're going to have to drop commissions if they want to have any shot at surviving. I think Robinhood, unless it can build up its crypto market, I think Robinhood is almost certainly going to fail now, because if you have the choice between Robinhood and Thinkorswim, I think you're going to choose Thinkorswim all day. But again, they do have the crypto, kind of market that they have, and they do have the crypto niche where you can trade
guys.
crypto.
So the SPY got above the resistance and then came back below it right now. I'm looking for that to hold. That'll give me that confirmation in the trade that this is going to come right back down low.
Yeah, appreciate all the new subs today, guys. And remember, hit the subscribe button. We do this live for free every single weekday morning on YouTube. For free every day, we day trade the open. We're not experts. We're not gurus. We just show you what it's actually like to day trade the market live every single weekday. And so if you want to come watch us day trade live, see what it's actually like to day trade the markets, we do this live for free on YouTube. Hit the subscribe button. Click the bell. Even if you dislike us, we might lose. I know we've been kind of upsetting you lately if you dislike us because we've been killing it in the markets. But hit the subscribe button. Yeah, that's the next question. When is the PDT rule going to go away? Because I talked about it the other day, right? You could say the market and the SEC can say that they're trying to protect new traders by making the PDT rule. All that really does is makes them lose more, because if a new trader jumps in with their first live account, say a new trader saves up $20,000, $30,000 to day trade, right? Say they're a brand new trader, they save up for that money. They're almost certainly going to lose their first live account. And so if you force them to make their first account $25,000 or more, you're causing them to lose more overall. It is worse for new traders. You know, you're only going to learn to build rules around yourself by actually day trading a real account. And if you don't, you're not going to have the proper rules that you need to follow. And so forcing traders to save up $25K to day trade for their first time is just going to cause them to lose more. So Netflix is breaking down some.
Yeah. Now that DAL is really at the point where we were originally wanted to attack. This is the VWAP on Thinkorswim right here at 5270s. So let's see a rejection there. That would be nice.
I'm still in Netflix holding my little 10 shares. I'm up about $20.
All right, SPY looking good for us, heading down there, guys, to VWAP.
Sometimes you just gotta whistle to lighten the mood. You know what I mean? I'm just kind of hanging out. Down less than $75 today. I'm just kind of chilling, taking it easy, not seeing too much I really like. Market's kind of volatile right now, so kind of big ups and big downs. So I'm just kind of hanging out for now.
Can't blame you. All right, bigger volume coming in here now, guys. Got to really respect my limit here. If I get squeezed out, it's okay.
Yeah, I agree with the Wolf there to a certain extent. He says middle ground, they should at least just allow same-day settlements and no restrictions on day trades, but not allow margin. Well, at least let people get in and out with only limiting loss. Yeah, I think that's actually the best way to do it, right? Get rid of the T2 rule. You know, let them settle my transactions that day so I can use a cash account to day trade. That is probably the best way to do it. That way, if you have a cash account, you can use that day trade.
I know why they don't want to do that. It has a lot to do with fees. Processing fees.
Yeah.
It's a lot of information, guys, that they're processing. And that's really where they just don't want to spend the money to have the servers to get it to you in that amount of time.
Yeah. And I'm sure they're probably banking on interest from that stuff as well, too.
Exactly. Yeah, there's no... Why? If I'm making money from that, there's no reason to take it away.
Let's lobby against the, you know.
That's what it is. It's like we tell you guys, brokers 100%. Aren't here for us.
None of them are.
They're here to make money. They're businesses, guys.
And for sure. I mean, I get it. Like I said, brokers, like Mitch always says, man, brokers are out to make money off of you. You know, brokers don't want you to win. None of them do. None of them do, man. And that's why I like Eva in here saying, oh, you know, if you are losing, Tefs is winning. That's the truth with every platform in the world.
Yeah,
you know,
every
platform in the world. Definitely SureTrader, definitely all of them. They all do the same thing, and that's why.
Yeah, there's some that even take positions against your position.
Right, and that's and it's not. I'm not even upset with them for doing that. If 90% of traders fail, that's a pretty safe bet. You know.
I agree.
But in the end, guys, that's what I'm saying. Like, it's all platforms. You can't single out one and then ignore the other one. They all do the same thing. And like I said, I'm not mad at them for doing it. It's a pretty safe bet if I was them. In the end, though,
Hmm.
some of them have better fees than other ones do, and some of them you have a little bit better edge than other ones. And so I stick with the ones that give me a better edge, regardless of
Yeah.
what people want to say or think.
Yep. One of the things I always say is you got to know your strengths and the weaknesses of the broker, and you got to use the strengths to your advantage. And then you got to not focus on the disadvantages. You got to try to let them minimize the risk on that side. And that's all it really is learning the broker and finding which one works for you.
Right. Do you think there's any truth to rich people wanting to keep poor people out of the markets with the PDT rule? No. I think that most traders are going to lose, and so I don't think rich people really care what retail traders ultimately do. I think it has more to do with the platforms wanting to make money off of fees and interest. Um, and so that's why I think it really is. I'll put it this way: I don't think it's to protect traders at all. I don't think that's why they do it. I think that's why they say they do it, to justify it. But I think they have other reasons. Like I said, interest, fees. I think that makes more sense. And I think that's almost certainly why they do it.
Yeah. It's
It's
just
less,
part of the game.
right.
Just part of the game.
Don't hate the game, just figure out how to play it well. Right, exactly. I mean, all platforms are like that. Like I said, like you could hate on TradeNet, right? But in
It's
my opinion, TradeNet gives you better fees and a cheaper way to get started than almost every other platform. And I think that alone makes sense. If you're looking to day trade with no PDT rule, I mean, you got a few other options. Like you got SureTrader fees. Platform fees alone are going to be what? Over $100 a month. Um, commissions are going to be pretty significant as well there. And so if you're looking at your options, if you are a trader looking to day trade with no PDT rule, there's not that many options aside from, I think TradeNet is easily the cheapest way to get started, if you want to day trade with no PDT rule. But again, they do have their cons as well. There's not that many penny stocks. And so it's just about what you're willing to take and what you're willing to risk in the trade. And that's with any platform and broker. That's what they all do.
exactly.
Yeah. PDT rule is the pattern day trading rule. It says that you cannot day trade actively over 3 times per week with less than $25,000 in your account. So if you have $5,000, they don't let you day trade more than 3 times per week. And if you try to day trade over 3 times per week with a U.S. regulated broker, then they will ban your account. Essentially, is what they'll do. Right, but CME Group has DOS as well, and super expensive platform. I've never used it though. I can't say for it whether it's good or bad, honestly. But I think if you're trading mid and high caps, I think TradeNet makes the most sense. If you're trading penny stocks, maybe U stock trade, maybe SureTrader. SureTrader. It's been years since I've traded on SureTrader. I'm not hating on them. I like the DOS platform too. Never used CME Group or Trade Zero. Heard both good and bad things about all of them. So who knows?
Looking for this to crack 40s, guys. If it cracks 40s, we'll take some profit.
They're definitely doing something like that, Gobi, where they're gonna be making money in other ways somehow. Probably with spreads, I'm sure. Probably with other fees that you don't really realize. Probably maybe platform fees as well, specifically for Thinkorswim. Um,
All right, guys, here we go. Break down the 43s here. Needs to break to 40s, and then we'll take some profit here. There's 41s on the bid. Looking for it to crack down these 40s right quick.
Let me throw that one out. DAL Delta. Let me look. Looks good
All
from your
right, there
screen.
he goes, guys. Cracked 40s. I take profit. Not try to be greedy here. Set myself up for another big win. There you go, guys. $50 off. Only took 500 shares. Limited my risk here. And just going to let the rest of this trade just work here.
Yeah,
If it
man,
comes
looks
back
good, brother.
down, it'll be another, $100, $200 gain. And I can take that.
Hey, man, you and I both. Yesterday,
Okay.
I had the $500 gain. Now today, you got the $500 gain. So we're doing well, man. Nice work, brother.
Yep. Yesterday
Good
ended
week.
up just taking that one trade, guys. Just ended up about $200. It was like 230s, I believe, and that's not bad. I'm trying to get a little bit more nail in, nail out. I used to be kind of a lot more of that kind of trader. I think with the competition and staying on for a long time kind of changed that mentality, and I'm trying to work my way back to that. Is nail the trades if I see them, and then get out of the market.
Is it true that PDT rule only applies to margin accounts? For the most part, it all depends on your platform and broker. Some are going to make you follow it regardless. But I know, like Thinkorswim, I'm pretty sure they only make you follow it if you have a margin account, right? So I think, but again, traders traders see that and they say, oh, well, if I have a cash account, I can day trade. Not necessarily. So they have something, like I said earlier, called the T2 rule, right? It used to be the T3 rule, now it's the T2 rule. And that rule states that in US regulated platforms, you have to wait at least 2 days after your trade, after your transaction. That's what it stands for, transaction plus 2 days, T2. You have to wait at least 2 days after your transaction to get those funds from that trade inserted back into your account. So if you buy $1,000 in equity in a trade, if you spend $1,000 in equity in your account, right? Say you have $1,000 account, you spend $1,000 in equity in and out on one trade. And even if it was a green trade, right? You're gonna have to wait 2 days for that $1,000 to be put back into your account to trade with. So unless you have like a big account, like 5K plus, you're still not gonna be able to day trade reasonably. You're still not going to be able to day trade reasonably, even if you just use a cash account. Like if you got $1,000, good luck, because you're gonna have to wait 2 days after each transaction to trade, which is what I'm saying. So even still, with the cash account, you're still probably not going to be able to day trade. Um, Again, though, it all depends. You know, if you got a 5,000 plus account, you probably could, but it just depends on what the price of stocks you're buying are, really. Hey, appreciate it, bro. Thanks, man. Appreciate the sub, Thomas.
Another one that really good moves today. ETFC. This is when I wish I could trade multiple stocks at the same time. It's a little bit more difficult to do. It takes, high watch and great execution to trade two stocks or three stocks at once. But ETFC really wanted to trade this one today. Really felt that it was going to come back down to the lows. And this one did a perfect VWAP reject and now kind of pushed up there to VWAP and then just faded right back down to the lows. This is one that you could have repeatedly attacked and made good profits on.
Yep.
And one that has a pure catalyst behind it with the downgrades and the free commissions
Yep.
on the rise.
I'm out of coffee. And like I said, if you want to help support our channel, I'll post this link. Maybe we're biased in this direction, but if you want to use the same platform as us, I think it makes sense for new traders. I think, their base package, you get 14K in buying power. There's no PDT rule with the funded account program. You can day trade in short stocks as much as you want, which I think is pretty rare. I think most of the time new traders can't short because you need a margin account. Especially with the cash account, you're not going to be able to short with most platforms. And so I think it just makes sense. It comes with a trading course, access to their chat room, and a demo account to trade with for a few weeks. And technically, it's a educational package, and you can apply for the funded account afterwards. But from my experience, I've always been approved. Best to reach out to them and be sure, but that's my experience
All right,
with
guys.
them.
Looks like it doesn't want to break down there, guys. I'm expecting this bounce here. So I'm gonna go ahead and take that $68, bank it, look for a pop to 60 to short into.
And so yeah, there's the link in the chat if you want to use them. Like I said, I think there's a lot of benefits to using them. Um, I want to ask a question you had answered already. Yeah, good trade though, brother.
Yeah,
I
it
like the
just
fade there.
was hanging too much here, right here, guys. Too much hangout. I was expecting it to break down. Remember, we took profit when it first broke 40, and then it tried to break 40 again, tried to break 40 again. After that, the ticking time bomb went off on me. I just took the trade.
Nice.
You know, if it goes down now, you can't be upset. You know, the only thing you can do is stick to the range. The range told me it's going to bounce there. So,
So Devin, if you wanna, all you have to do to short is you just enter your shares amount. You go to share size. You scroll up. If you wanna increment it by 100 per scroll up, then you go to market or limit, whichever kind of order you want to do. I typically do market on TEFs because it's CFD trading. It's a little bit different, but you can do limit as well, and then you just click short, and then to cover it, to get out of the position, you just click buy. That's all you do.
all right, guys. Seeing a bounce in the market here, guys. Be careful. One to watch the SPY to see if it's going to get above 287.22s, and it could just reverse all that momentum that it gave us earlier. Seeing a lot of stocks getting strong or looking strong here.
Yeah, I just got out of my little Netflix trade, little $20 gain. I'm just kind of hanging out there. Get a little bounce, maybe going to try a little bit more. Tesla bouncing back up to the VWAP. The market's rebounding here, though. $75 loss on the day for me, which is very small. Yesterday had a really nice $500 win, so try to keep it small. Look for edge in the market where I can find it. And because of how volatile the SPY is today, it's very tough to trade after this news. Called Lightspeed this morning. They won't be offering free commissions. Then I think they're going to have a tough time competing, to be honest. I mean, I don't know. That's up to them. You know, they're going to have their own business model and their own stuff, but
Oh,
I think they're going to have a tough time competing with anybody. I think any platform, any U.S. regulated specific platform that doesn't offer free commissions from now on is going to be having an extremely tough time competing. And I think this is also going to show you what businesses have good margins and what businesses don't. You know, if they're not willing to offer free commissions at this point. Again, I'm not talking about TEFs and TradeNet because those are no PDT rule overseas platforms that aren't bound by the U.S. market. I'm not talking about TEFs. I'm not talking about TradeNet. I'm not talking about SureTrader. But I'm talking about U.S. regulated brokers like TD Ameritrade, Charles Schwab, Lightspeed, all of those. I think if they don't drop commissions, they're going to have a tough time succeeding. And again, I think the ones that have good enough margins are the ones you see dropping their commissions. And the ones that, frankly, don't make enough money with regard to margin in general, those are the ones that are going to refuse because they need that money to survive. But again, I can't say for certain. I think it's going to be tough for them. I think Robinhood, unless it really latches onto the crypto side of its business, is going to probably fail as well, but who knows?
yeah, I think it's important to know what products and services they offer, and if they're only in equities, if they're in options, and what kind of securities they're in, and where they make their profits. You can find this out by looking into companies 10K. Guys, if you look at the report, if you really look into that, you'll find out where they make their money and how they make it. I think the ones that have an ability to be profitable without that money from coming from commissions, then those are the ones that are going to make the move. The ones that can't won't. And what will end up happening is the industry change will cause certain investors to leave that brokerage and go to a free one. And then there'll kind of be a transition period where we're going to see if all investors want to move towards that free kind of platform.
Yep. Yeah, I'll be right back. I gotta go grab my phone.
All right, guys, getting a big spike here, right above the resistance. Like we called it out, guys, at 287.22 is just held there right now. It pushed above it and held. I'm looking for the SPY to come back here, looking for spikes the opposite directions, guys. We got a huge shortage earlier. I'm looking for huge spikes now. Seeing the momentum come really big into these stocks. The bigger stocks rebounded all that loss and came back here, guys. That's why I could kind of sense this coming back. The bigger stocks are back. Netflix there at the VWAP looks interesting for a fade, but I don't like messing with Netflix. It's a little too expensive for my price point, and I get a little uncomfortable with the spread. Good thing I closed out of that other trade, was able to save myself a little bit of money, and I could look to get in a trade if it rejects from this level, but I think this is looking really strong. Look at the SPY there, back up there to the kill candle, guys. Really quickly, the SPY just went back up there to the kill candle.
Yeah, big run in the market, guys. Big run here.
Yeah. The bigger stocks made up that kill candle.
Yeah, I think with the way the market is specifically today, I think I'm probably done. And I know I've said that the last few days and I've kept trading, but I think today specifically, I'm just going to hang it up. Because again, the market's actually very volatile. For VWAP fades, I'm seeing a lot of fake outs and just very tough trades in general for these. And so I'm probably going to go ahead and close it down unless Mitch is planning on doing anything else.
Now, the only thing I can see myself doing, guys, is going long into this market now. I'm seeing a trend reversal, and kind of all that short that we built up all went away.
Nice. Yeah, I think, and remember, guys, I think that, yeah, TD Ameritrade is offering free commissions now, and so is Charles Schwab. So those two are. But no, if you guys want to check out the same platform as us, I'll post this link. Remember to go check out Trade Ideas as well. I'll post this link first. So Trade Ideas, best scanners in the game. It's the way we find a lot of these big moving stocks that we trade. And so there's the link for Trade Ideas if you want to check them out. You can use promo code BT15 at checkout and get 15% off of their products. And like I said, I think if you look at all the big time traders, a large majority of them are using Trade Ideas, and I think they just make sense. I think they're the best in the game, and they're super customizable. You can build scans around different strategies and do a lot of cool stuff with these. And so go check them out. There's the link in the chat. Hold on.
Look at the spike there in DIL. Now up there at 52.84s. Completely reversing there, guys. All right, guys, that's probably going to be it for me, at least on trading. I'm seeing everything go bullish, so I'm going to take that as my day here.
Yeah, I'm kind of looking at Netflix, and I think with the market squeezing up, though, it's probably best to just not do anything. We'll see, though. I always say that and then jump in other stuff, but I think today, just the way the market's being, it's just tough. E-Trade is also doing zero commissions now. Interesting. Like I said, I think you're still going to have to follow the PDT rule. And so I think that SureTrader and TradeNet will be fine. But I think that any U.S. regulated platform is going to need to drop commissions if they want to have a shot, you know.
All right, traders. So if you guys can see my TEF platform here, guys, if you guys want to go ahead and trade with the platform that we trade here, guys, go ahead and check out TradeNet. That's going to have a solid, high quality platform. I get probably about the best market fills I've ever gotten. It's the only brokerage that I can actually have trust in the market fill, and I get excellent fills on the platform, excellent execution of speed, and we have no PDT rule, cheap commissions, and it also gives you access to a course, guys. And this course is, from professional traders, and could definitely teach you a lot about some of the things that we teach, risk management and controlling that amount. This is all for less than $400 and really makes sense on the risk to reward wise, because most of you guys are paying out there for your paper platform or paying for other services when you really could just be working towards learning how to trade live money and controlling your risk and reward and gaining those skills that you need so that you can get the profits that you need from the market.
Hey, appreciate the sub, Bob. Yeah, there's the link if you want to use. We make a commission if you sign up, and so it's a great way to help support our channel. We day trade live or in stream for free every single weekday morning. And so if you want to help support us, if you appreciate what we do here, like I said, you guys saw me upload all of my trades into TraderView this morning and then show you guys the results. These were the results. This is the last month. I've been very solid. Been a very solid few months here. And so if you want to watch us, see, of course, this doesn't include today, but it looks like today's going to be my first red day since September 11th. In gross profits, at least. That's a little misleading because I know this day right here was actually a losing day after commissions, and maybe this day was too. But I had a few days in there where after commissions I was down. I know one of these, this day was too. So a little bit misleading, but in gross profits, been a pretty solid few months. And so yeah, guys, like I said, you want to see us do this live every day, hit that subscribe button. We do it for free on YouTube. And I'll plug this link here as well if you want to check out our website. Like I said, go check out Trade Ideas. But we also have a pretty cool website that breaks down the different strategies that we use to day trade. Has a lot of free classes in it as well. Just a lot of cool free stuff for traders to take advantage of. Everything we put out there is free. We don't sell a course or anything like that. And so there's the link for our platform if you want to check that out, or of our website if you want to check that out. Like I said, I'm down $75 on the day. Mitch had an amazing day today, up $500. So it's been a pretty solid week for both Mitch and I so far. Today is Thursday, right? Let me look at my stats here. Let me see what I did. I can't remember how the earlier this week went. Oh yeah, I had that crazy day. So yeah, still a profitable week for sure. After today, I'm probably down to about $700 in wins. But again, $300 to go until I break 1,000. So we're going to keep pushing. Hit the subscribe button, guys. Click the bell. Turn on notifications. We go live every single weekday morning, team. And we know you want to watch us again. So hit the subscribe button. We hope you'll join us again tomorrow. We'll be here bright and early tomorrow morning reviewing the news, breaking down the stocks that are moving. And so later, guys. Have a good day.
All right, traders, y'all take it easy. Have a good time.